Orioles news starting this road trip, just how important these 9 games are going to be. What a start. They've won the first 2 against Tampa Bay. 18 runs, 23 hits. And now they have a chance to sweep Tampa Bay. A day game coming up. Game 3 right now. It's the Orioles on Masson, and it's a day game inside, so you won't know it, but we'll remind you. It's the Orioles and the Rays, and the Orioles have an opportunity to sweep the 3-game set. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome for the Orioles. It is a great start to this road trip. Every win mattering. I know as fans, you keep an eye on the scoreboard, the late score coming out of California in the Red Sox case, the Yankees, that great out that ended it with Toronto losing. Every day changes everything now that we're down to this final month in this pennant race. For the Orioles, these 2 games, they have been on. Let's take a look at how they've done it. Back to game 1. Chris Davis. Orioles had not gotten on the board prior to this swing. That home run, 4th inning, would make it a 3-1 ball game. Let's bring Chris Davis back for an encore. This time, couple of RBIs, 5th inning. Put the Orioles on top 4-3. They would stay there. Trumbo followed him in that inning. He picks up the RBI. Orioles went on with not only a win, but Ubaldo Jimenez getting the Orioles' first complete game. 7-3 the final. He was outstanding. Bring on Gallardo. Gallardo, who has been a 5-inning pitcher, did it again. Couple of runs, 5 innings, would pick up strikeouts, enough to give the Orioles offense a chance. Davis, home run, tied the ball game up 1-1. And then the one that put it away, Manny Machado. This, the grand slam home run, his 3rd of the year. His 34th home run overall. The Orioles were in front to stay, and just to make sure, let's top it off with one more dinger. Adam Jones picks it up in the 8th inning, his 26th, extended his hit streak to 5, and the Orioles won it by a score of 11-2. So, Mike Bordick, in these first 2 games, you can't be much more emphatic in winning.
I'm telling you, it's nice to see the Orioles offense break out and the big boys stepping up to the forefront. These guys have carried this team all year long. Davis, Trumbo, Machado, and Jones. They're doing it when it counts most. Obviously, very tough place to play here in the Trop. They haven't played well on the road. They're picking the spirits up of everybody. And I'll tell you, the starting pitching, a couple veteran guys stepping up when they need them most, Ubaldo and Gallardo. Impressive starts for them. Now they're counting on the young guys to step forward again. Dylan Bundy today, he's been throwing very well for the Orioles. His velocity has come down a little bit, but he's pitching very well. Command of all 3 pitches. So it looks like a lot of things coming together for this team at the right time.
And one of the left-handers out of the bullpen's coming together for the Orioles. That's Sonny Hart. When we come back, we will talk with him about what a left-hander does to get righties out. Orioles baseball on Masson, brought to you by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Back here in St. Pete, opportunity to talk with a left-hander in the bullpen for the Orioles, Donnie Hart. Against left-handed batters, his splits in the minors since 2013. Left-handers controls them, 185. Right-handers not bad at 263, couple of home runs allowed. Left-handed relievers always trying to find a way to get the right-handers out. We talked with him about that and about joining the Orioles.
It feels great. I mean, it's the highest level you can go. Progress-wise, still learning every day. You got to learn something new from someone different every day, so it's fun.
You got a pretty good group to talk to with this staff, huh?
I do. Yeah, I know. I'm very fortunate to have the guys that we have down there in the bullpen to talk to, and even some of the starters.
You talk about lefty-righty with a left-hander and the development of getting right-handers out. I know you're working on that. You're all left-handers always are. What are you doing in that regard? What are you trying to develop to make that better?
Well, I think my biggest weapon against righties is being able to get the fastball in on them. Otherwise, they're just going to sit middle way on me. And then the second thing is the changeup. Being able to throw the changeup in any count, especially hitters counts, and it for it to stay in the zone long enough to where it looks like a strike the whole entire time it's coming in, and then just being able to get weak contact or a swing through. Those two things are big for me right now. I mean, I've got command of the slider. I can throw the slider both sides of the plate to him if I want to, but being able to get the fastball in there, one, is the biggest thing, and then two, being able to throw the changeup in any count.
What kind of changeup are you using?
It's just a two-seam changeup. It's the same changeup I've thrown all my life. I threw it over the top, and thankfully I didn't lose it whenever I dropped my arm angle down, and so that's always been my bread and butter pitch.
How was making that transition as far as the angle was concerned? How tough was that for you to do?
It had its times, for sure. The biggest thing was making it consistent, mechanics wise, was being able to find stuff in my delivery, to make it stay consistent throughout. And one of the biggest things was being able to stay down there long enough where the ball can sink and not come out of it too soon, because that's one thing that people won't ever understand unless they try it, is if you don't stay down there long enough, that ball's coming up in the middle of the zone about belt high, and these guys up here don't miss pitches belt high.
And it's all a matter of feel, right? I mean, you've got to have the feel for what that point is and try and feel it every time.
Yeah, you do. I have some cues that I go through in my head whenever I feel certain things, and and that's something that I've had to learn over the past 4 years of dropping down and throwing like I do, and so. But yeah, you definitely feel it.
Give me an example of a cue.
So one of the biggest things is I try to follow my hands. I try to follow my gloves. So whenever I start with my hands high, so I try to stay high, and then as my leg comes up, I keep my hands high, and then as soon as my leg goes down, my hands and my leg will follow each other out towards the plate. And anytime that those two get off a sync, something bad's gonna happen.
Do you rely on a catcher a lot to keep an eye on that for you too?
Not really. I think more so the things I rely on a catcher for is to watch hitter swings. You can see it as a pitcher sometimes too, but he's got a pretty good view of what a guy's doing, and so for me, I know myself better than he knows it, and but sometimes they'll come out there and they'll let you know that they see things that I don't.
Fun to be involved in at this time of year, isn't it?
It is. It's a lot of fun being in the middle of a race. And knowing every time you go out there that any win that you get, no matter how you get it, is a good one, and it's fun right now in that clubhouse.
You're rolling along very well, and I hope it finishes that way, and thanks for taking time.
Well, thank you.
Now, Donnie Hart become a big part of this Orioles bullpen. They've been searching for some lefties. Next thing you know, they've got a few piled up out there. Donnie Hart's doing a great job for the Orioles. Of course, Zach Britton, the best closer in the game, but Aquino's down there. Brian Dunsing threw in yesterday's ball game, and tell you what, last night he got 4 tough righties out, so a nice job.
Take a look at our BGE home game time temperature. We're inside, of course. Outside, it is 84. Inside, a comfortable 76. BGE Home, Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? Orioles lineup brought to you by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Jones, Bourne, and Machado. Trumbo, Pierce, Scope, Hardy, Stubbs, Caleb Joseph. Manny Machado's on a 7-game hit streak extended with a grand slam last night.
And take a look at Drew Smiley's pitch arsenal. The fastball 71% of the time, low 90s with the heater, but comes right over the top. Has slider, curve, and change to go along with it. Looking for his 7th win. 11 losses, though, career high. A lot of career highs on the wrong side for Smiley this year, and Orioles looking to touch him. He's given up 29 home runs. The Orioles have been swinging it well.
Adam Jones with a 5-game hit streak that he extended with the long ball late in the ball game last night. Adam will go after this one and pop it back and out of play. For Adam, a 2 for 10 here in this set of 2 games plus now. Adam on the year, 280 against the Rays, 3 home runs. He has driven in 6. The Orioles swept a 3-game series here against Tampa Bay in May of 2014. Off-speed delivery will be fouled off at the plate. So the Orioles with a chance against Smiley to sweep this 3-game set and go. Right now they're 11-3 against Tampa Bay on the year. And all of a sudden picking up play here at the Trop, which has been a problem for him. They're 5-3 in this ballpark.
Really, history of the Orioles have had a hard time playing here. Under 500 record overall. And yeah, 3-3 this year. You knew it was going to be a challenge, but the team has stepped up. A lot of things working the right way. Starting pitching's been very good. Of course, the Orioles offense has been so up and down. It's on an upswing for sure.
Gallardo with a win in the ball game last night. So he's gone 5-7 on the year. Adam Jones, a 1-ball 2-strike count. Drew Smiley's delivery to him, and that'll be up in the air and fouled away. Here's the dinger he got last night.
Yeah, big ball, center field. 20 career home runs versus the Rays. Adam Jones staying tall in the swing there. Perfect balance. He is stepping up big time for this team since he's come off the DL, or the week off, I guess. The team's gone 4-1.
He's had 8 home runs in this ballpark. Pitch on the way, and that's going to be fouled back, so he's running Smiley. Again, another left-hander against the Orioles. The Orioles have picked up 20 wins, lost 18 against left-handed starters. Again, though, they hit only .232 overall against lefties and .270 against the right-handers. And Adams been one of those who's got a significant difference against the left-handers. .230 off lefties and .293 off righties. 63-point difference. Adam will loop that one in the air to right field. It's going to stay up. MAHTOOK's got it one away.
Let's take a look at the Rays defense behind Smiley, Dickerson, Kiermaier, and MAHTOOK in the Rays outfield. Franklin another shot at shortstop. Forsythe over at second base. Longoria and Miller on the corners, and Melee doing the catching this afternoon.
Tampa Bay is right now 12th in defense errors. They've committed 81. You compare that to the 65 by the Orioles. So Michael Bourne gets a start. Always a chance to lay a bunt down if you give him the opportunity. Bourne in against the left-hander. For one reason, he is 4 for 9 lifetime against Smiley. And Michael will take that one to left field. Dickerson. He's got it, and there are 2 away. Now, Smiley is a pronounced fly ball pitcher. In fact, in the American League, Smiley is tied for 3rd in the percentage of fly balls compared to ground balls. 70% of the balls off the bat put in play are hit in the air. And in fact, you got 2 fly ball pitchers in this game because Dylan Bundy's not far behind Smiley in the fly ball percentage. He's at 63, Bundy is, and Smiley's at 70%. 2 down, nobody on. Here's Manny Machado. Manny with a 7-game hit streak. Good sink on that from the left-hander.
Yeah, unfortunately for Smiley, though, he's established a career high. A lot of those fly balls he's given up have been home runs, 29 this year, and even the lefties have got him. A career high with 6 home runs given up to lefties.
That one's going to be bounced back.
Take a look at this. Cheap inside the numbers, keeping the bases clean. Career lowest opponent on base percentage by an active left-handed pitcher. How about this list of lefties? All some of the top in the game. Drew Smiley right there on the list, a .294 on base percentage. Very impressive. That's why considered one of the best young lefties in the game. Of course, he's given the Orioles fits in the past, but the Orioles finally able to get to him a little bit in his last 2 starts.
That was a great changeup he just threw. That Manny Machado way out in front. A 1-ball 2-strike count on Manny with 2 down, and he'll let that one on the ground. Had to chase that. Franklin's got it. Second start at short for him, and Smiley starts it out with a 1-2-3 inning. When we come back, we'll look at the numbers on the Orioles starter Dylan Bundy, who goes after win number 9. Fernando Lama quoted when he saw that shirt, "You know who you are." Take a look at the starting lineup for Tampa Bay. Forsythe, Kiermaier and Longoria, Miller, Morrison and MAHTOOK, Franklin, Dickerson and Mahle. Logan Forsythe on a 5-game hit streak coming in.
And you look marvelous, baby. Dylan Bundy now into the ball game. Take a look at his pitch arsenal. Great command of all 3 pitches this year. Fastball 61% of the time. Velocity may have come down a little bit. He's in uncharted territory with innings pitched right now, but still able to locate it very well. Good curve and a plus changeup. 3.47 earned run average. This will be his 11th start on the year. Strikeout pitcher, holding opponents down at 252 average. Dylan Bundy has stepped up, become a force in this Orioles rotation.
And ready to go to work here. Pitch will be taken inside. Forsythe showed you with the 5-game hit streak, 1 for 5, a home run. He led off the ball game last night with his 18th home run of the season. Bundy's delivery to him, and that'll be taken inside. So Dylan returns to the scene of happiness, because this was where he began his career as a starter, coming out and getting on the mound against this Tampa Bay team. He smilingly said, "A little less than what I would like to have done in that game." It was back on July 17. He went 3 1/3, sorry, 4 runs on 5 hits, his first major league start, and now gets a chance against him again. That'll be down to third base. Triple hopper. Manny Machado the play. Pierce at first.
A nice play right there. Good change by Dylan Bundy. Take a look at the rest of the defense behind Dylan Bundy. First of all, check out the .993 fielding percentage for Adam Jones. First in the American League for center fielders. He's been controlling this Orioles outfield. Bourne and Stubbs will join him. Hardy and Schoop up the middle. Machado and Pierce on the corners this afternoon. And Caleb Joseph getting a start this afternoon.
There is Bourne out in left field with the start today, and that probably is the best defensive outfield the Orioles can put out there. That ball's out of here. Way back, Kevin Kiermaier, and goodbye home run. Boy, did he launch that baby. That is to the back of the bleachers in right field. Well, that's how Tampa Bay has started the first 2 games. His 9th gives them a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Tampa Bay coming out hot all 3 games of this series with a home run in the first inning. Kiermaier backlegging Bundy. My goodness.
That was a long way.
Yeah.
You don't see many hit back there.
No. There's a little concourse back there. Not many balls get up there.
And a strike taken by Longoria.
We'll take a look at this swing. First pitch, fastball. About as center cut as you're going to see. Kiermaier doesn't miss, and he knows it off the bat.
Longoria fooled, and a swinging strike on that one. So they started out the first game in the first inning as Logan Morrison ended up with a 3-run homer. Then Forsythe with a solo shot in last night's game, and now Kiermaier picks up the home run in the first inning of this game. So the Orioles have it right where they want it. Right. An early lead for Tampa Bay and a home run.
And a potential another comeback win for the Orioles. They've been so good at that all year long.
14 home runs surrendered by Bundy, 7 of those hit by left-handers. Longoria, the 1-2 delivery on the way, and he'll reach and foul it back. Oriole pitchers all year have not given Longoria anything to hit. He's having one of his worst years ever against the Orioles, hitting just 173. He is a career .258 hitter off the O's, but not this year. And in this series, down and away continually. And when he's gotten a pitch that he might have a chance to drive, he just hasn't been able to connect on it.
Yeah, they've had a nice sequence against Longoria. He has not been able to make the adjustment, and if it seems like he is, the Orioles are on top of it. They have targeted him. He's a key to this Rays offense.
And there's one that they get him swinging on for the strikeout.
Longoria having one of his better years as well. Only a couple home runs shy of a career high. But he's been in between. Here, a backup breaking ball. Stays on the inside corner. Never drops down into the zone and gets Longoria for strike 3.
So Dylan Bundy gets his 86th strikeout. He's had 86 strikeouts in 91 innings. Has a 3-to-1 ratio of strikeouts to walks. With 2 down and a run in, here is Brad Miller. Miller's had a 1 for 7 in the series, batting cleanup today because he's 2 for 3 off Bundy with a home run. Towering pop up, Machado. And that'll do it. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. Kiermaier gives Tampa Bay on his dinger the early 1-0 lead. Of the game, Luciano Silvestri from Baltimore, 500 for being selected, 500 more for every Orioles home run hit today. Grab a Home Run Richard scratch-offs before they're gone. You could win up to $50,000. Visit mdlottery.com/baseball. Smiley back out, 27-year-old left-hander, 0-1 against the Orioles this year, and has a 4-1 mark against them lifetime. He pitched on June 26th against the O's. They tagged him for 8 runs on 10 hits in just 5 innings in that ball game. And Mike Trumbo will take the pitch away. Trumbo, the designated hitter today, with Stubbs getting the start in right field and Pierce at first. 2 for 9 off Smiley with a home run.
1-0
is taken for a strike.
Take a look. Mark Trumbo, another Oriole that got Smiley back on June 26th. 2-run shot just clearing the left field wall. Who would have thought back on June 26th, Trumbo would be leading Major League Baseball with 41 big balls.
Orioles had 3 home runs in that ball game against Smiley, helping to tack on to those numbers the career high 29 that he has surrendered, tied for 4th high in home runs surrendered in the American League. 2-1 delivery, Trumbo off the middle. He's got himself a base hit. Well, the Orioles got a leadoff single from the DH. Pierce and Schoop to follow. Well, the postseason push powers on. Red Sox big 4-game series starting Monday, September 29 at Camden Yards. You can get your tickets at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. That's the Red Sox in town starting September 19 for 4. After last night's play, Boston and Toronto are again tied for the division lead, and the Orioles are only 1 game out. Toronto's lost 2 in a row. Red Sox won their ball game last night. It just gets tighter and tighter. The wild card race now, Detroit Tigers just a couple of games out. Houston's 3 games out, and the Yankees 4.5 from the second wild card spot. Steve Pearce, 1-0 count. Steve 1 for 5 first 2 games, and we'll take a strike.
You'll see Smiley throwing, and see a lot of fastball coming out, especially some of the arms the Orioles have seen this year. 90 miles an hour, 91 with the fastball, but he gets on top of it, so he creates that downhill angle that you hear so many people talk about for pitchers. Get much better movement on their pitches. 2 different breaking balls, the slow curve, the hard slider, that being the slow one there.
He's thrown that a couple of times effectively.
Yeah, and it helps that fastball play up as well. And as this game progresses, you'll see Smiley continue to flip that slow breaking ball in there. Then he'll work the high heater to the top of the zone, and that's where he has a lot of success.
Steve Pearce with a 1-ball 2-strike count. Steve, good numbers against left-handers. .316, breaking ball in the dirt. Last night the Orioles beat Odorizzi, the Tampa Bay starter, and he said after the ball game, I just did not have any control on the changeup, so I had to throw fastballs. Well, when you're throwing fastballs to the Orioles, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they made him pay for sure. Had to come to Manny Machado with a 3-2 fastball. He got him for a grand slam, his 3rd of the year.
2-ball 2-strike count. Runner on first base, nobody out, and the pitch will be down low, blocked by Maley, and that'll take it full. So Pearce works at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Steve called this his home field for a while, playing the Rays. Good ballpark for him, a .288 lifetime batting average here at the Trop, and 11 home runs. Orioles happy to have Steve back in the O's uniform. 3-2 delivery on the way, and he walked it. So the Orioles get something going here. 2 on, nobody out.
And that's a big reason why. Not only does Steve Pearce had some power and a versatile player, can play all over the field, but very good on base percentage. He's willing to take the walk. Here, it's at first and second now. Nobody on the board.
Orioles have had a good series in the first 2 games. They have picked up 8 hits in 21 at bats, 22 at bats with runners in scoring position. 8 for 22. And that's resulted in all those runs the Orioles put up. The 11-2 win last night and the 7-2 day before. Here's Jonathan Schoop. Jonathan on the breaking ball. And let's take a look at our Bank of America alert. Comes to Drew Smiley. That's an ouch.
Yeah, it is this season. A .317 opponent average with runners in scoring position. My goodness. 57 points higher than the American League average, and that has been the troublesome spot for Smiley this year. A lot of those numbers, though, blew up in the first half. He's pitched much better since the All-Star break. Actually, 6 of his last 8 outings have been quality starts, so the Orioles have to bear down indeed against Smiley.
Orioles tied for 4th as a team. 270 runners in scoring position. Schoop will take that one down low. That number for Smiley, that .317 number, that is the 7th highest number for a pitcher with runners in scoring position in Major League Baseball. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Runners on first and second for the O's. And a breaking ball that's going to get away, and it'll move both of them up. There have been about 3 of those that almost got away already in this game, and that one did.
Yeah, costly one here, spiking the slider, and can't quite get squared up to the baseball. You see when he slides over, let's see the angle right there. The ball's not going to stop in front of you. Got to try to get that left knee out around the baseball and hood it. We'll see Caleb Joseph do that very well today. Matt Wieters does it at times, but that type of play costly here, potentially costly early on in the game.
That's his 9th wild pitch of the year. So Schoop with a 1 for 8 in the series gets a big chance. That'll be fouled off. The infield will stay back early. The Tampa Bay leading 1-0, and here again the Orioles get a chance to put their foot down early in this game. Orioles have had big innings in this series. They got 6 runs on 3 hits in the 4th inning of the ball game last night, and then had 5 runs on 6 hits in the 5th inning of the first game. 2-2 delivery, and that'll be off the fists and back.
Yeah, something that really bodes well for the Orioles offense, the fact that they have been putting together some real big innings 11 times this year. Smiley has allowed 3 runs in a single inning, so he's susceptible to the big inning from the Birds.
Jonathan Schoop has done a pretty good job in these situations. 271. 2-2 delivery on the way. Schoop goes to third. That's a foul ball. Throw over just in case. Third base umpire, though, called immediately by Jim Reynolds.
Wow, pretty nifty play right there by Longoria anyway, just to make sure. Hugging that line. And tricky over the base. Quick reaction. Ooh, catches the chalk just before the base and must have just made the left turn. No foul.
Amazing how this game can have so many close things happen. Where the game of inches term came from, and there's one of them right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Base hit here could score 2. Trumbo and Pierce are the base runners. And the 2-2 delivery again, and Jonathan again will foul it off. We're talking about those big innings the Orioles have. Buck Showalter's era, it was the 27th time in the last 3 seasons the Orioles have scored at least 6 in an inning. And over that 3-year period, only Toronto has had more such innings, 30 innings with 6 or more runs. 2-2 delivery on the way, and a swing and a miss. A look down, throw's got to be made. Mahle made sure the runner was staying. Strikeout and a 2-3.
Well, pretty impressive job by Smiley, not giving in at all. Softens it up a little bit. Jonathan Schoop's already shown he's going to chase the slider down. Try the breaking ball, take a couple more miles off. Schoop still reaching out in front for strike 3.
So now he'll work against J.J. Hardy. Still only 1 away with those 2 in scoring position. J.J.'s 233 off lefties, 268 off righties. Outfield will play around to left a little bit. The infield shifted that way as well. Pitch on the way by Smiley. Another one in the dirt. This is going to be a long day for Mahle. Not surprisingly so. I mean, when you got a guy who's already thrown 9 wild pitches, you figure you're going to be blocking some stuff.
That's right. Yeah, expect those balls down in the dirt. I'm surprised he's not trying to establish that fastball, though, here early on. Steady diet of breaking balls.
1-0 count. Lefty's pitch, and there's one at 91. Hardy went after and fouls back. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
Pass there by J.J. Hardy's been swinging the bat so well since coming off the disabled list. And a great defense as well. Funny, J.J. Hardy, one of the most underrated shortstops in the game, and probably because he doesn't have a lot of flash to it. He just gets it done. The most efficient feet you'll see at shortstop.
Good pitch. Foul tipped into the mitt, turned over down and away by Smiley, and a 1 ball, 2 strike count. He is a strikeout pitcher. He's got 154 strikeouts in 157 innings. Only 42 walks. He missed a lot of last year with a shoulder injury. Made only 12 starts. Ended up 5-2. this year. This is his 27th start. 1-2 pitch on the way to Hardy, and Hardy's going to get one in the gap in right center field. All the way to the wall. Trumbo and Pierce will cross easily. Hardy goes into second base with a double. And the scenario we've seen in the first 2 games playing itself out early in game 3 as the Orioles now have a 2-1 lead.
J.J. Hardy raking 24th double of the year. Beautiful swing. Breaking ball that stays up in the zone. But take a look at J.J. Hardy's body. He recognizes the mistake. There is no collapse at all. Stays tall and hammers this one to the right center gap. One hops the wall. Trumbo tags just to make sure. But Pierce, who got on with a walk. A walk home for the second run, and yeah, the Orioles take the lead.
So J.J. Hardy continues to get big hits here in this month of September. In fact, back into August. Hardy has provided some key RBIs. He's got 38 on the year. And the Orioles, a 2-1 lead, still 1 away. And here is Drew Stubbs. Stubbs a 1-for-4 off Smiley, a home run. Gets the start in right field and will take the big cut on the left-hander. Well, the Oriole fans will get a look at Smiley a good deal in the outfield and in some starts in games like this as Stubbs brings a really solid outfield play to the Orioles and a pretty good bat in his career. Foul back. And an 0-2 count.
Well, I like the fact that both outfielders that were just brought in, Bourne and Stubbs, both great base stealers. I mean, they've had some huge years stealing bases. The Orioles have had no team speed. It could be very impactful here in the month of September. You know, it only takes 1 or 2 games now going down the stretch to make the big difference, and it could come down to 1 or 2 plays.
Claimed off waivers from Texas. He'll take it inside, boxed again by MIKIE, who holds the runner Hardy at second base. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Staring out there. Give me a break. 1-2, 1 down. This is when it's a long day for a catcher, but part of the job. Pitcher's got to be sure he can continue to throw those pitches he relies on. 1-2. Hardy off second. Stubbs goes after it. It'll go to third base. Longoria bobbles, finds it. No, he's safe, and there's that speed. Beats it out as Longoria, if he'd made it clean, probably would have had him, but he didn't.
Yeah, see where Longoria is positioned, and he's got to come and get this ball. If he plays it back, he's got no chance at all. It should go down as a hit anyway. Yeah, Longoria had all he could do just to get the glove on it. Knocks it down, still makes a bang play out of it. But Stubbs, you see the speed there.
Stubbs credited with a single, and that puts runners on at first and second. That'll be his first hit as an Oriole. Jim Hickey, the pitching coach, looking on from the dugout as he gets the infield drawn together to get their defense aligned here. The Orioles with 2 runs in have runners on at first and second base, and that'll bring up Caleb Joseph. Caleb doing the catching, batting in the 9 spot today. The Orioles have a chance here in this inning for a big inning. Push across a few runs and get Caleb into the RBI column. Pitch on the way to him, and that will be taken for a strike. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Orioles.
Caleb Joseph initially got called up. A lot of the reason was because of his offensive production against left-handed pitching. He had back-to-back years where his numbers were up over 400 in the minor leagues, and he was platooning.
That in the air, that is very deep. Center field. Kiermaier going back, reaching, and makes the catch. 400 feet away, throws all the way to first base to try and double up Stubbs. But he gets back, and Caleb Joseph can't hit a ball much harder than that.
My goodness. A great play by Kiermaier. Poor Caleb Joseph, one of the best swings he's had this year. A little slider down and in, and he squares it up, smokes it to straightaway center field. He's got the Gold Glover out there. Kiermaier, how about this line? A little bit of a belly to it, but great speed and an unbelievable leaping catch. Almost gets a double play out of it, firing behind Stubbs.
That's the second out. And after that, Caleb's really got to be wondering, wait a minute. They hit one like that and I can't get an RBI. Well, you got Kiermaier out there. Wrong place to go in this ballpark with that center fielder. Here's Adam Jones, and that's all the way to the backstop. That went right through the wickets on Mahle, and again the Orioles will get 2 in scoring position. I'm not sure if that was a pass ball or wild pitch.
Ball spiked again, but it's got to be able to get down and in front of this right through the 5-hole. The glove has got to get down on the ground, pull the elbows inside. Can't have any holes going through there. Once again, ball getting through. A couple runners move up.
10 wild pitches by Smiley, 2 in this game. And here's another chance where the Orioles get a base hit. There are 2 runs, and of course 2 down. Runners will be going, Hardy and Stubbs. Adam flied out to right field, his first time up. 3-13 with runners in scoring position. Fouled that one back. That one rode in a little bit on him. And a 1-ball 1-strike count. The Orioles can even up their series on the road wins if they can get another one in Detroit, where they head next. The Orioles with the win last night, guaranteeing a series win here. So they're 11-12-1 on the road now as they pick those road numbers up. 1-1 delivery. Jones to center. Kiermaier started back. Get in and will put it away. Orioles retired, but couple up on the board. J.J. Hardy with runners in scoring position picks up the 2-bagger, 2 RBIs, and a 2-1 O's lead. .com blog recap. Rock Kabako talking about Bundy back here pitching at the top. Steve Molesky of the O's elevating their play in time for the stretch run. Looks that way. And Brian Eller, the Gosman family, doing its part to assist flood victims in Louisiana. Brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. So the Orioles up by a score of 2-1. Bottom half of the second inning, Morrison, MAHTOOK, and Franklin against Dylan Bundy. And the designated hitter takes the pitch for a strike. He's had a good series, 3 for 5, picking up a home run, 3 RBIs against the Orioles.
Every ball he hits seems to be on the good part of the bat. Loud noises.
DH today, and Bundy with 94 on that one, blows it by him. Update on Chris Tillman. He threw today from the mound. Everything went fine. He will pitch again on Friday from the mound in a brief warm-up, and then he is scheduled to pitch against the Detroit Tigers on Sunday. And there is Chris Tillman, who was all smiles after that session today.
Yeah, good news for the Orioles.
0-2 delivery, and that didn't take long. Morrison goes down on 3, second strikeout for Bundy.
Man, good fastball from Dylan Bundy. No question about the velocity here. There were some concerns about it dropping. Take a look at the Mercedes pitch track. Challenge him. 95 miles an hour, right down the middle. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
That'll bring up MIKIE MAHTOOK. Recall from AAA yesterday, part of their big call-up on the roster. He has been up with a big club previously on one occasion and ended up going on the DL. Go back with him for the final stretch, trying to make a point on where he should be next year. Lifetime 5 for 11 against the Orioles. Bundy's pitch will be taken inside. So the rotation is set for the Tigers series now. It'll be Kevin Gausman, Michael Fulmer, ball game on Friday, game 1, followed up by Ubaldo Jimenez against Jordan Zimmerman in game 2, and the Sunday starter will be Chris Tillman against Justin Verlander. Day off tomorrow for the Orioles.
Zimmerman fresh off the disabled list.
1-2's taken away. 2-ball 2-strike count to MAHTOOK. Showalter talking this morning, saying, yeah, we're going to have 6 starters with Tillman coming back, but that's okay. We'll maneuver those around with days off and extra days rest. 2-2 pitch on the way, and it's going to be foul back.
Yeah, you have the 6 starters. Of course, you want to keep the arms fresh for the postseason, but better for Buck Showalter maybe to match up with his starters down the stretch. Might be just flip-flopping a starter here and there.
He said they will look at all of the numbers. How does a particular pitcher do against a team in that particular ballpark, how they've done this year against them. All of it will be talked about, and then they'll make decisions regarding each of the series as they go along. 3-ball 2-strike count, 1 down. It took to be followed by Franklin. Will foul that one back. Games that will be affecting the American League postseason chase going to be played tonight primarily. Fans are going to have to wait to see what it looks like after the games are out of the way this evening. 3-2. That ball rifled into right, and he's got a base hit. Played by Stubbs. Second hit for Tampa Bay. MAHTOOK gets it.
3-2 two-seam fastball. Nice job of hitting going the other way.
Nick Franklin. Franklin struggling at the plate over the last 7, hitting just 136. Bundy's delivery to him, and that'll be chopped at the plate. Foul. Backspin on that one. Franklin's had an 0 for 8 in this series. Very quiet here. You can imagine a ball club 18.5 games out, been out of it for a couple of months, not drawing at all. 0-1 pitch on the way. Like Showalter last night, we were talking about that. He said, look, the guys know when you come here, you're going to have to motivate yourself. There's not going to be a positive or negative motivation from the fans.
Boy, this is a tough place to play, and I will say this. I mean, if you are a player for the Rays here at the Trop, you have to understand that at this time of the year, you're out of the playoff picture.
That ball belted right field. It is way back, and that will end the over. Nick Franklin delivers a home run. Good for 2 RBIs and a Tampa Bay 3-2 lead. His 6th homer. RBIs 25 and 26.
Pretty nice swing right there from Franklin. Gonna mark it. Yeah, back and forth ball game. Rays jump in front here. Take a look at the swing. Caleb Joseph wanting the fastball up at the top of the zone. It gets there, maybe an inch or 2 on the plate, and Franklin does not miss it. Cutting that ball in half, back spinning it out to deep right field.
2 home runs off Dylan Bundy today, and 15 on the year. Tagged by the 2 left-handers, Kiermaier and Franklin, a switch hitter batting left-handed.
So I guess what I was going to say about the young players for the Rays before Franklin hit that 2-run home run is that It's tough to play here, not many fans, but you're not just playing for the Rays. I mean, this time of year, you're playing for every other team to see you. The visiting team, the Orioles coming to town. I mean, yeah, you wear the Rays uniform, you play for your community here in Tampa, but as a professional, there are other teams watching you. How are you going to carry yourself through this last month? Are you going to be down and not be a pro?
Yep.
Well, you're not going to be on another team, I'll tell you that right now. You got to play competitively. You got to be a professional when you cross the lines.
And especially when you're playing teams like the Orioles, the Yankees, you're playing in the division, a lot of scouts are on hand because they're scouting for the postseason.
Yeah.
So they're going to see what you're doing as well. And as Mike says, that matters. Dickerson, a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Corey Dickerson, a 1 for 7 in this series. Bundy, the 1-2 pitch on the way, and got him to chase one down low. Ball's between his legs. Takes off. Throw will be made by Caleb Joseph to get the strikeout.
Take a look at the block here from Caleb Joseph. Real good work. The harder breaking ball. Caleb putting it, keeping the glove down and taking his time. No panic at all. We'll get that second out. Take a look at the young guns presented by the Maryland Live Casino. Dylan Bundy leading the way. Coming in this ball game, 8.44 strikeouts per 9 innings. He had 85 Ks and 90 2/3 innings of work. Pretty impressive stuff for Bundy, considering that it's the first year he started at the major league level, and he had to work his way into this spot. Broke camp in the bullpen. It was used the right way.
Maley rips it. That's going to be a base hit into left field. So their catcher batting ninth picks up a hard single that had a lot of noise to go with it. And the Rays get a runner on in the second with 2 down.
You definitely don't want to do too much with your swing. Short and compact there, pounding it through the 5-6 hole.
First hit of the series, 1 for 4.
Your 9-hole hitter can turn this lineup over. That's some good stuff for a team.
So Dylan Bundy surrendering hit number 4 to the Rays, who have the 3-2 lead. Here's Forsythe, top of the order. Grounded out his first time up, and will take the pitch outside for a ball. During the hit streak, and it's been a good one, 5 games, he's had 10 hits in his last 21 at bats. Just a little bit under 500. 1-0 delivery to him. Forsythe with a cut on 1 down and in.
Look at Dylan Bundy's earned run average by inning. Very solid. First through third, very respectable 3.90. Probably the best on the Orioles. In the middle part of the ball game, typically you're going to see it slowly climb up. He makes his adjustments through a lineup.
Good pitch down and away again at 85. That time 1-2. Both of these pitchers have had much higher numbers working out of the stretch. For Bundy, people on base, opponents hit 271, bases empty 239, and that one will be away, and he'll let it go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There is a careful watch on Dylan Bundy by the Orioles, by Dave Wallace and by the skipper Buck Showalter. They haven't got any strings on him. He's not being held down to any pitch count, but there's just that concern that because he's pitched so little in his career, is he going to start showing lack of arm strength here at some point? And they're very careful to watch this in every game, and it's why Buck Showalter, Dave Wallace are really glad that there are 6 starters available now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But one thing to Dylan Bundy's credit, the young man has really learned, I think, through some of his injuries in the minor leagues, to better take care of himself, how to listen to his body. And now here at the major league level on a better routine since he's gotten into the rotation. There was some concern about his velocity, but he said he feels good. He understands what he has to do now in a work week.
And he gets him. So Dylan Bundy gets the strikeout, his 4th, but Franklin gets the home run, his 6th, good for 2 RBIs and a 3-2 Rays lead. page in our Major League Notebook. Clay Buchholz allowing a run in 6 1/3, 5-1 win over the Padres last night. He's back in the mode. 6 innings, allowing 1 or fewer runs each of his last 3. David Price starts tonight against San Diego. Last 5 starts, David Price has been David Price. And, well, about St. Pete Times firing a coach, as they did with their hitting coach yesterday during the season. Uncharacteristic for the Rays, but fits in with the recent stretch of moves, releasing Desmond Jennings, demoting Tim Beckham, to set the tone and establish the framework for 2017. That's pretty much what they're doing here. And for the Orioles, couldn't happen at a better time, because it raises concerns in the clubhouse and players talking about other things.
Oh yeah, you got that right. This Rays team was looking very dangerous. They were starting to play some of their best baseball, and they may turn it back around again, but they had just taken 2 out of 3 from Toronto before the Orioles came in.
Derek Sheldon, the hitting coach, let go. Montoya, who will take over coming up from the minors, will not join the team until they go to New York, which they will do after this game. 2 ball 1 strike count on Michael Bourne, and Bourne gets into one to right field. That one is tagged pretty good back of the wall, and goodbye home run. So it's going to be that kind of game. Michael Bourne delivers the long ball, and he has shown some power in those swings. That will be his first as an Oriole, his 4th of the year, and it makes it a 3-3 ball game.
Man, oh man, it must be in the Oriole water. Bourne just over to the team. First start as an Oriole. A beautiful swing there. Tie this one up.
Well, the Orioles continue to pound them out. 219 home runs for the team leading the majors.
Take a look at Mr. Bourne's swing here. Oh, it's a center cut fastball. Short, quick swing. Squares it up.
Now Manny Machado, 0-1 delivered to him, will be fouled back. Manny grounded out his first time up. 403 on that one, and that was another right on the button.
You got to hit it to get out of this Tropicana field. That's a good homers hit by the O's.
0-2 delivery on the way to Manny. That's up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. So Manny extends his hit streak to 8 games. The Orioles get another hit off the left-hander to put the potential go-ahead run at first base. The Orioles have really tic-tacked the ball here in this series. I mean, their hits have been hard hits, long home runs, solid doubles. Mark Trumbo's got one of them, a base hit he scored in the 2nd inning. Mark DHing in the game. He is now 3 for 10 with a homer off Smiley. And the pitch will be taken down low. Mahle again having to stop one that bounced.
Well, this Orioles offense certainly been streaky all year long, but it seems like the last few games they've shown much more patience at the plate. A lot of walks in yesterday's game. When a good pitch comes over the white, not necessarily a nasty pitch, but a good strike, they're taking an A swing at it.
Trumbo will take the pitch away, and that'll bring Miley out to the mound. 30 home runs now surrendered by Drew Smiley. Take a look at, we talk about home run power. Here's our PNC inside the numbers.
Yeah, pretty impressive numbers here. The 219 home runs, most in Major League Baseball. Of course, Trumbo leading the way with the 43 homers, 64-40 record when they hit a home run, 12-22 without. So yeah, they rely on it in 60 multi-home run games. It's most in Major League Baseball. Of course, the 6 players with 20 or more home runs: Alvarez, Davis, Jones, Machado, Schoop, Trumbo.
And the Orioles will take a run at that record for multi-homer ball games. Not likely to reach it, set by the 96 team. Mark Trumbo with a 3-0 count and taking all the way. So Smiley surrenders the walk. So the first 3 here in the 3rd inning have reached base for the Orioles, and they're at first and second with nobody out. Well, mark it on your calendar. Friday, September 16. The Rays will be at Camden Yards. First 20,000, 15 and over, get the Orioles high socks, and the push for the postseason involving these important division games. Tickets at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Orioles, with the 2 wins against Tampa Bay now, have improved their numbers in the division. They are 32 and 26, and those 32 wins tie with Toronto for the most division wins by Eastern Division ball clubs. Tampa Bay's had 25 of them. New York's had only 24, and the Red Sox 28. So Toronto, Baltimore, 32 division wins tied in that department. And as we say, they're 2-for-1 games.
Yeah, good number to have in your division, especially when it's so tight right now and so many games here down the stretch.
Steve Pearce drew a walk his first time up and scored. First and second, nobody out. Orioles getting their chances early. 3-5-0 for the Orioles. 3-4-0 for the Rays. Hit hard, base hit. They were playing him the other way. Here comes Manny Machado. He'll be held, and wisely so. Dickerson gets it in to Longoria, the cutoff man, and the Orioles load him up. 4 up, 4 on against Smiley here in the 3rd inning.
Steve Pearce squaring this one up, maybe a little too hard. Jumping on the fastball down, just dropping head. Wow, what a strong hitter. This ball gets to the left fielder quick. Dickerson cutting down the distance. Good outfielder should do. Longoria. Bobby Dickerson, nothing else to do but hold up Machado.
So another bases loaded chance. There have been a number of them here in this series. And this opportunity to Jonathan Schoop, a strikeout victim, his first time up. That's going to get away. Manny Machado will score with no play at the plate. The other runners will move up. And the Orioles doing it again to Tampa Bay. They have got the Rays heads down here in this 3rd inning.
Now this is definitely a pass ball. My goodness, just a straight whiff with the bases loaded. Too many times young catchers had to go to the backstop. Whether it be a spike slider or missing the change there.
So runners move up and infield moves in. No chance of the ground ball double play. Schoop, nobody out. 1-0 delivery, another one that's going to be down low. So Jonathan gets another chance as he came up in the 2nd inning with a couple on. When he struck out, Hardy would follow up with the 2 RBI double. Orioles have the 4-3 lead. Teams going back and forth early in the game, exchanging leads. 2-0 delivery to Schoop. 2-1.
This will be a nice opportunity for Jonathan Schoop to really start to come out of his little slump. Picked up a big hit yesterday. Really work here already in the Rays bullpen. Garten getting loose.
Smiley has thrown 158 innings this year. These 3 have been tough. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Schoop rattles it to center field. Kiermaier with the runner tagging will make the throw all the way in, and Trumbo scores easily. Throw to 3rd, not in time. So everybody moves up. Steve Pearce heads up base running, took off for 3rd. Sac fly for Schoop and an RBI and a 5-3 lead.
Well, this is the kind of troublesome stuff that's happened for the Rays. Beautiful swing from Jonathan Schoop. Kiermaier getting himself in a real good position. They're trying to make this throw all the way to home. Let's go. Hit a cutoff man one time. Keep Pearce at 2nd base. Pearce reading the throw high, easily into 3rd. Great base running by the Orioles there. Nice piece of hitting by Schoop.
I mean, Kiermaier, a great center fielder, but that's not. You're not going to get an out on that. It's just not going to happen. And on leasing that kind of a throw, as Mike said, missing the cutoff man, you just allow another runner to move up and force the infield to have to stay in again. 1 down. Hardy, he'll take the pitch for a strike. Orioles up 5-3. Hardy with 2 RBIs, a double. He's gone 3 for 9 in the series. Here's Mark Trumbo, who picked up a walk and has scored here in the 3rd. 1-1. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Hardy.
Now, it's one thing to occasionally make those type of mistakes as a team, throw your cutoff man, but when you're a team that's down, the detail of a game is what gets lost, and it's getting thrown out running the bases, being over aggressive, missing your cutoff man. You saw Kiermaier. He knows he made a mistake out there. He's still shaking his head out in center field about that. Some of the pass balls by the catcher. Just small things that add up to losing effort.
Yep. 2-ball, 2-strike delivery on the way. Orioles in the season series now have been led by Manny Machado in RBIs against Tampa Bay with 11, but Hardy is right there. A.J. Hardy with the 2 picked up in this game now has 8 RBIs against the Rays this season. The .260 average. Manny's got 11 against them. Hardy will pop that one up with the infield drawn in. Shortstop can't get back. Dickerson will let him come back though, and Franklin makes the play. That's another little thing. They get away with it, but that's a ball Dickerson's got to come catch.
It's come hard. Know where your infield's doing or where they are. You got to understand where everybody is on the field. And Franklin ended up getting into a little bit of a panic mode right there.
Yeah. It's only his second game is starting at short. But he goes back to get it, and there are 2 down. Now the defense can back up. Runner at third. And Stubbs, who picked up a base hit his first time up. Drew will take the pitch inside for a ball. Chance for him to get an RBI. Orioles now with a 2-run lead in the ball game. And that pitch taken away, 2-0. Tampa Bay will keep the bullpen active. The other thing that happens when you jump on someone like Smiley, a starter, they don't want him staying out there and going through a lot of innings, a lot of hits. Their season's over, and you got a starter you're counting on for the future. You pull them out early.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, after a year riddled with injury last season, finally staying healthy through the course of the year, you don't want any, too many of these long innings and wear an arm down for sure.
Popped up in the air, second base, Forsythe. He'll settle under that one, and will put it away. But the Orioles again with a crooked number. They will pick up the 3 runs here as Bourne started it out with his 4th home run of the year. Get an RBI from Schoop and another on a pass ball. 5-3-0s. By Southwest, transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by Navy Federal, proudly serving the armed forces and their families for over 80 years, federally insured by NCUA. Harry Thorne, Mike Bordick with you here at the Trop, where the Orioles have the 5-3 lead. Dylan Bundy. Kiermaier will take the pitch for a ball. Kevin Kiermaier, his 9th home run, came in the first inning. First hit, he's had 3 at-bats against Dylan Bundy. And that pitch taken for his strike. Kiermaier, Longoria, and Miller will be up.
Good look at Dylan Bundy's changeup right there. Nasty pitch. Looks like a 2-seamer, so it gets a good fade down and away from the lefty.
1-1, thought about reaching. Stays off it. Kiermaier, like Longoria, has been held down by the Orioles. Batting average against the O's this year is 103. The home run and a couple of home runs now and 2 RBIs. 3-1 strikeout. This team has hit in the season series. What, this is game 15. Their batting average in those games is 217. Fouled off the mast. That one got home plate umpire Fielding Pelworth.
Got him too good too. Look at the good fastball. Oh, I think he had his weight going forward. Knocked him right back on his heels.
Full count. 3-2 delivery, and he gets him to chase. Up and away, Dylan Bundy. 5 Ks.
Yeah, Dylan not really wanting that location, but of course following up a good fastball with a changeup. 85 miles an hour. Look at that thing take off. Just sailing up and out of the zone. Kiermaier fooled again.
1 down. Here's Evan Longoria. Foul ball, strike on him. Longoria struck out his first time up. Shift on in the infield. 0-1, 1 down. Longoria got that one. Hit hard, base hit. Bourne chases that one down. Longoria's on with a 1-out single. Potential tying run will come to the plate. Mark your calendars for Saturday the 17th of September. The Birds and the Rays, 7:05. First 25,000, 15 and over. Get the vintage Orioles Bobble Boy or Bobble Girl. Add it to your collection. Get your tickets at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Got some autographs on that cap. And sincerely excited about it. Here's Miller, and the pitch taken for a strike. Brad Miller popped out his first time up. 5 hits now for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Miller, a very dangerous hitter. You see the 26 home runs there, 20 of them here at the Trop. Bundy's got to be careful. There's talked about Dylan Bundy making his first career Major League start here at the Trop, and that short outing he did give up 3 home runs. This Rays team.
Not sure what to call that swing.
Underwater hack. Yeah.
Even he's got to smile a little bit on that one. 2 count. Longoria being held by Pierce at first base. And one that bounces 3 feet up front. With Pierce at first, update Chris Davis. Davis came out of the ball game last night, a sore hand, and they actually felt so much concerned about it they had an X-ray. The X-ray was negative, and not able to start today. Tough to hang on to the bat, get a full swing. It happened when he hit a home run. Showalter was talking about it this morning. He aggravated that what has been a palm problem for him. Palm just hurts, and the grip on the bat can't hang on. So Chris is sitting. 2 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way, and a swing and a miss on one tailing down and away. Wow.
Yeah, that's the nasty change right there. Now, what a pitch from Dylan Bundy. It moves so much, starts all over the plate, and just works itself off that outer edge. 85 miles an hour. He's been throwing the fastballs 95 all day. I mean, great variations of speed there, and the location perfect for Bundy.
That'll be 6 strikeouts in the ball game for Dylan. And here is Logan Morrison. Morrison, a strikeout victim. Runner at first, shift on by the Orioles in the infield. Tampa Bay coming in having struck out the 2nd most times in the American League. Only Houston has struck out more than the Rays. 1-0 count with 2 down. Longoria, the base hit, still at first. That pitch is right there. Fastballs are so uncommon. We were talking about it last night. You don't usually talk about fastballs freezing hitters, but in this day and age they do.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hitters start guessing, and saw it a couple times in yesterday's ball game. You wonder, how can a hitter take that pitch right down the middle? They're thinking about some of the off-speed pitches. So pitchers that pitch backwards will be getting a lot of those looks on fastballs.
Heater at 95 right there, and a 1-ball 2-strike count on Morrison.
When I say backwards, I mean starting hitters off with the breaking ball and the changeup. It wasn't too long ago where a pitcher would come out and try to get ahead with his fastball, and then his put-away pitch would be the slider or the split finger. And a lot of pitchers pitching the other way around nowadays.
Breaking ball stopped by Caleb. Count goes to 2-2. Wow, 71 pitches.
Both pitchers in their troubles here in the early going.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Jonathan Scope way out there in right field on the shift. That one will be foul back. You could hold a church service in here and the noise level would be appropriate. That's not fair, I guess. It's tough. It's just tough. Tough for the players, tough for the fans. They're still talking about whether they can build a new stadium or it might draw more folks. A lot of ideas put out there publicly, but still really nowhere down the line on that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Timeout asked for at the plate. Bundy wisely completes the throw. When you're in that windup, you don't want to stop. Waiters getting a day off. Orioles, Detroit on Friday. Start that big set. We will be with you on Masson 2. 6:30 goes extra. 7 o'clock for the ball game. That one in the air to center. Jones coming, makes the catch, and that will do it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 3 complete with the Orioles up 5-3. Fourth inning of Orioles baseball is brought to you by the RAV4 Hybrid. All-wheel drive and unexpected performance. Visit buyatoyota.com. St. Petersburg. Talk about a growing community. This was, still is, old Florida, but it's becoming the new Florida about as quickly as you're watching those cars travel. Construction all over the place with new condominiums, homes. And St. Pete, which has been kind of a quiet, sleepy Florida town, becoming a very business community, and lots of folks moving in the small downtown area, which is very nice. Pitch will be taken for a strike. Caleb Joseph flied out his first time up. The Orioles 5-6-0, Rays 3-5-0. Orioles have left 3, Rays have left 2. Smiley 2 walks and a strikeout. Popped up foul territory. Miller will play. Brad Miller gets it.
Miller showing the good range. Of course, shortstop all year long. Recently moved over to first base. Learning some new positions.
He's going to be at first. He wishes he wasn't. He wants to play short, and his manager has said, yeah. So he's at first.
Yep.
Apparently going to stay there. They're not going to let him even play very much here at the end of the year at short. Franklin, who's there now, as we said, first start was last night. He's really an outfielder. But he's going to be their super utility player, they hope, for next year. Strike taken by Adam Jones. Adam has flied out twice. Adam has a 5-game hit streak coming into this ball game. During the streak for Adam, he's 8 for 25. Just got fooled on that one.
Well, so tough to stay back on Smiley because his fastball, even though it isn't getting up there in the high 90s, it's getting on the Orioles hitters. So they're cheating a little bit for the fastball, and that breaking ball certainly playing up. I'm seeing some swings on spiked breaking balls down. It's not seeing it very well. It's a good breaking ball. Don't get me wrong, you can spin it pretty well.
Adam has had 4 hits, 22 at bats, lifetime against Smiley. Smiley is 30 and 26 career number, 27 years old, and that will miss a little bit outside. Adam has had at least 1 hit 13 of the last 15 games. He's been getting on base, supplying some runs and some RBIs. Just the home run last night, number 26. 2-2 delivery, and that one he buried in on him. Throw will be made by MIKIE on the strikeout.
Burying the breaking ball. Adam Jones showed once that he'd swing at it. I try it with 2 strikes, executing it perfectly, throwing a little bit harder, down in the zone. Good block there.
Smiley's at career highs in starts. This is 27th in innings pitched. Now up to 160. That's what we were talking about. If he gets in trouble one more time, he'll be coming out of there. Pitch is taken for a ball. Michael Bourne, home run, his 4th of the year. 1 for 2 in the ball game. He's had a couple of hits in this series, 2 for 4. And again, Showalter saying the things I look at. How does a hitter do against a particular pitcher? How does he play in a particular yard? How is he overall right now? Is he hot, cold? Warren now with a 5 for 11 lifetime off Smiley. And that pitch is going to miss down low. 3-0.
Buck has a good feel for that with his team, his players, understanding he's going to get the most out of a player, especially either a young guy just being called up or a player just brought over from another team. A good opportunity for Bourne. Some success off Smiley in the past, and once you know it, pays right off. Solo shot in the 3rd.
Coming from Arizona, August 31st in a deal, and draws the walk. So Orioles get the speedster on. Take a look at our Coons.com league leaderboard, brought to you by Coons.com. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting.
And thank goodness Manny Machado's had some road work. Highest percentage of runs scored on the road this season. There's Manny Machado, 55 road runs. That 95 total. That's 57.9 runs Manny scored on the road. Thank goodness for Manny Machado and his consistency and the contributions with the runs on the road. Where would this team be without those kind of numbers? Because they have struggled all year long on the road. Manny stepping up.
Manny with the grand slam last night, now has 3 grand slams in the year. The last Oriole to hit 3 in 1 year was Chris Hoyles in '98. And the most grand slams ever hit in a year, 5 by Jim Gentile back in 1961. Another lob toss over. So here you see what the Orioles have not seen very often, and that's a pitcher being concerned about an Oriole base runner stealing. Bourne can do that. Bourne this year has had 13 stolen bases, 13 out of 18. He's not yet attempted stolen base of the Orioles. And the pitch is down low for a ball. This will be it for Smiley, one way or the other. Garton is up for the second time in the bullpen. 1-0 count. And the pitch will be in the outside corner.
Surprised Smiley hasn't been using his fastball as much at the top of the zone. A lot of the Rays pitchers have had success working above the strike zone, getting their fly balls up there, swing and misses. Odorizzi had a lot of success at the top.
That one bounces. Maley able to stop it. Bourne in his career stealing bases, 78% effective. He has 339 stolen bases. He's had 20 or more, 6 different seasons. The last time he did that, 2013.
Yeah, monster when he was younger. He led the National League 3 straight years. Stolen bases at 61 a couple times. A big number.
2-1 delivery. And he fouls that back. Got a good jump on it. Smiley gets the count to 2-2 on Machado. Orioles looking to add to a 5-3 lead. Both teams have had an opportunity to be on top in this game. Machado waiting on a 2-2. Wait a little longer.
I was talking a little bit with Michael Bourne about stolen bases yesterday, and he said sometimes you have that speed, you don't even have to steal a base to affect a pitcher. He's so concerned about you. He's already picked over a few times on Michael Bourne, and he ends up rushing and making a mistake to the hitter, and that's where it really makes a base stealer feel good.
Manny hits the bag. Longoria scoop, can't get it. Bourne's on his way to third base. Longoria able to field it right off the third base bag, and then the throw in the dirt could not be picked by Miller. And the Orioles have runners at first and third.
Man, has he had some tough chances today. How about this one? Catching the corner of the base, it looked like. Longoria, yeah, another one in between, so he's got to be more aggressive coming to get it. And this almost catches him in the chops. Somehow gets the leather on and a quick release. A little low. Miller still trying to get the feel for first base. Can't come down with that one for Longoria.
And that's going to be it for Smiley. Kevin Cash on his way out, base hit. Credited to Manny Machado, and for Smiley a disappointing 27th start, as he will come out of the ball game here in the 4th inning, and the Orioles have 2 on.
Inside the numbers at Smiley's pitch arsenal. He's that fastball 70%. Wasn't very effective today. only lasting 3 2/3. Orioles offense staying hot, pounding out the 7 hits, 4 earned runs given towards Smiley. Ryan Garten now in out of the Rays bullpen. The fastball 72% of the time, low 90s with the heater. Real good curveball, has a cutter as well and a change. 4.25 earned run average. This will be his 27th appearance for the Rays this year. First year in the big leagues, been up and down a couple times. Only hitting .271 overall.
So Garten with runners at first and third, and here's Trumbo, and he will take the pitch for a strike. Mark again heavily involved in the offense as the DH today. Base hit, led off the second, scored, drew a walk in the third, scored. For Drew Smiley, that's his shortest outing of the year, 3 2/3 innings. He'd gone 4 in a game against Kansas City. 0-1 pitch on the way, and it'll be inside. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Trumbo. Mark DHing it. Had a good year against Tampa Bay, hitting .285. Home run, 5 RBIs against the Rays, and can add to that right here. Warren on at third, Manny Machado on at first with a base hit, and the pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
Pretty good fastball right there. Quick arm from Garten. Not a big guy, 5'11". Has to create his own angles. Yeah, dotting one down and away.
Arrow was charged on Longoria on the throw, allowing the runner Bourne to go from second to third. Machado still credited with a base hit on that play. 1-2 delivery to him. Went upstairs, popped it up, way up. Longoria. And he's got it, and that'll get him out of the inning. Now the Orioles will leave a couple on, but they have a 5-3 lead. And the pitch is a swinging strike as Mikey MAHTOOK leads it off. MAHTOOK a base hit, scored in the second inning. Kiermaier a solo shot. Franklin's had a 2-run homer, accounting for the 3 runs on the board for the Rays. Dylan Bundy 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. 1 ball, 1 strike count. MAHTOOK, Franklin, and Dickerson. Foul it away. Orioles trying to get this sweep under their belt. Start out this road trip here at Tampa Bay. The sweeps have been hard to come by. 3-game sweep here and May of 2014. Last time the Orioles have had a sweep against Tampa Bay here or at Camden Yards. Breaking ball will miss away. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dylan Bundy's 2-2 delivery. The 5 runs the Orioles have put up today in the season series now, they have outscored the Rays 77-40 on the year. ERA is going to jump up again for the Rays. Came in at 5.33 against the Orioles, and with Smiley giving up the 5-4 earned, 3 2/3. That'll jack it up some more. Again, backing out of play.
Smiley roughed up a little bit by the Orioles offense. Gave up another home run, 30 on the year, and gave it up to Bourne. 7 home runs he's given up to lefties.
Fly ball pitchers struggle with that. You'd think in this ballpark you'd be a little bit better because it's so hard to hit one out. That one's going to be a base hit. Jones over to get it. And MAHTOOK is on. He's 2 for 2 in the ballgame. Our PNC minor league report. PNC for the achiever in you.
And Chance Cisco, who looks to be the favorite for the O's minor league player of the year. Why not? How about the numbers he put up again? 112 games in Double-A, 320 batting average, 28 doubles, 4 home runs. He gets called up to Norfolk in 4 games, 4 for 16 with a couple bombs. Just a couple years ago when he was 19 years old, won a batting title in the Sally League with Delmarva, hitting .340.
Franklin showing bunt. That'll move Machado in. And Machado will stay in. Nick Franklin delivered the home run, his 6th in the 2nd inning, 2 RBIs. Took on at first base with nobody out. And the pitch by Dylan Bundy away. Florida native, grew up, went to high school just outside of Orlando. He's played with Tampa Bay over the last couple of years, with Seattle prior to that. Just a .203 major league average coming into this season. Franklin waiting on the 2-0, and that's going to be outside. Ball game still up for grabs here. I mean, the Orioles have seemingly been in charge of this game, but they're not. They're up by 2 runs. Tampa Bay has had some opportunities. They're getting people on base. They've hit a couple of home runs. 3-0 delivery shows Bunt taking all the way, and he walked him on 4 straight. 2nd walk by Bundy. So there are 2 on, nobody out here in the 4th inning. Don't miss a moment of Orioles baseball this September. Like Masson Orioles on Facebook. Stay up to date with the latest news and giveaways. That's facebook.com/Masson Orioles. Corey Dickerson, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Dickerson a 1 for 8 in this series, and a dangerous situation here in the 4th with nobody out and 2 on. So Bundy, the fly ball pitcher, will look to try and get one of those ground balls against Dickerson.
He bears down with runners in scoring position, but command with the fastball not as true as we've seen in the past. He's been a little up and down with the command over his last 3 starts or so. 2-seam fastball that runs. He cannot get it on that outside corner or into lefties right now. Harness the big heater.
Dickerson's had only a couple of hits in his last 27 at bats. 0-1 count on him. MAHTOOK off second base. Franklin off first. And the pitch is going to be up high. And the Oriole bullpen begins to stand up and do whirlybirds.
Everybody's starting to get loose out there in the Orioles bullpen. It's nice to see them step up yesterday. They threw 4 scoreless innings. They're a pretty shaky August.
fouled away. The Oriole bullpen numbers against Tampa Bay are incredibly good. The ERA for the pen against Tampa Bay is .61, and that's for the entire year. Penn has given up 3 runs in 43 1/3 innings against Tampa Bay.
Man, that's shutting it down.
Dylan Bundy with a 1-ball 2-strike count. And Dickerson puts that one in the air outside of third to the seats and out of play. Well, updating you on Darren O'Day, speaking of the bullpen, 26 pitches off the mound today. He will throw again on Friday. Then they want to do a simulated game Monday or Tuesday, and then they'll see where they are, but if all goes well, he'll be back.
All right.
So that's the word on O'Day, and there is Darren. Told you Tillman's going to pitch on Sunday, will be the starter against the Tigers.
Little Captain Morgan look going, doesn't he?
Yes.
The goatee.
1-2 delivery on the way. Hello. From the kitchen into the pantry, but he was able to get away.
Say this, that is one thing that was so impressive to me about Dylan Bundy, especially in spring training. This was a huge spring training for Bundy, and he was fearless throwing the fastball in. Didn't matter lefty or righty, and that has helped him have the success he's having right now.
Battle here, Dickerson fighting him off. One other change in the bullpen for the Orioles. Aquino has been sent down to the instructional league in Sarasota today. Did not feel he was going to pitch enough up here, Buck Showalter said, so he wanted him to get some work in with the Sarasota group, and that's all it is, a mini camp, if you will.
Dunsing there through yesterday.
Yeah, and they figured that Buck said with Dunsing here, Aquino wasn't going to get the work he needed. Pitches take it inside. The Orioles minor league teams, none of them made the playoffs this year, so their seasons are all done. Normally you'd be sending players to one of the minor league teams still active, but there aren't any.
Yeah, that's too bad. I think when you talk about developing players, one of the most important things is developing that winning attitude, teaching young players how to win.
3-2 delivery down to first base, big chopper. It'll go to the bag for the out, Steve Pearce. So the runners will move up. The potential tying runs are on base at second and third with one away here in the 4th inning. Bundy will face Luke Maile, catcher batting 9th, who had a base hit his first time up. So Maile in, big at bat. Chance for the Rays to get this thing tied. They had a 1-0 lead. Went behind 2-1, one ahead 3-2. Now trail 5-3. Was after one and fouls it back. Well, one delivered to and that's going to be in the outside corner. Nearly leaned out, but that was perfectly located. And just about a non-hittable pitch.
Yeah, nice breaking ball there. The Nissan pitch track, first pitch fastball, perfect location. That inside corner, burying that curve down and away, staying in the box.
Maile on a swing and a miss. Ball blocked. Caleb checks, goes and gets the out. 7th strikeout and a big one here in the 4th inning.
Nice
Good
play.
job by Caleb.
Sure was. We're talking about blocking balls earlier in the ball game. They let one get by, didn't get squared up on it. That's how you hit a baseball. Whole upper body over the top. How about this? Glove down, chest over the top of the baseball, kills it out in front of home plate. Caleb Joseph, quick eye towards third, fires on to first base for the 2nd out.
No strategy discussed on what they're going to throw here with the leadoff batter Forsythe coming up. Logan Forsythe has grounded out, struck out. 2nd and 3rd, 2 away. So the Rays try and get this ball game tied up on a base hit. And Bundy will try and stop it right here. Forsythe, hot hitter, 5-game hit streak coming in. And will take the pitch inside for a ball. Forsythe, 339 with runners in scoring position. A solid average for the Rays. 1-0. And that will be outside 2-0. But the left-handed Kiermaier on deck. Neither of them have ever had a hit off Bundy prior to today. Forsythe is 0 for 5. Kiermaier's had a home run. 1 for 4 in the dirt. Is he pitching around him here?
Seems like it. Yeah, you got to be careful definitely with Forsythe. He is a dangerous hitter. Indeed, you got an open base down there. You hope he'll chase a little bit and on the perimeter. And Caleb Joseph and Bundy really working. Is he looking inside? Takes that pitch just off the inside corner. Try outside, just off the outer edge, down as well.
3-0, and he didn't want any part of it. So the third walk will load the bases. There are 2 down. And that'll bring up Kevin Kiermaier. Kiermaier with his 9th home run in the first inning. Dom Chidi, pitching coach in the dugout for the Orioles today. Dave Wallace away on family matters. So Brian Graham's in the bullpen and Dom Chidi is in the dugout.
Dylan really having to work his way through this ball game right now. Laboring another quick action in the Orioles bullpen. Oliver Drake getting loose right now, but Dylan Bundy finding himself in a jam here. Looking for that one big pitch to get out of this inning.
Orioles up by 2. Kevin Kiermaier standing in with the sacks full. He's 1 for 8 with the bases loaded this year. Had a triple in that 1 for 8. So the lead on the line here in the 4th inning. Defense straight up on Kiermaier, infield and outfield. And he'll take the pitch down low, and the count goes 2-0. And Bundy's tank is nearing empty.
Yeah, he's trying to get that feel for the changeup, and Ray's not biting on some of the good ones. Falling behind, though, will be costly here. Bases loaded.
2-0 delivery on the way. Kiermaier got what he thought he'd get, the fastball. He couldn't get it.
Yeah, good velocity there. 94 miles an hour on the Bundy heater. Located well on that outer third to get back into the count. Two-one delivery on the way. That's outside. So Bundy falls behind 3-1 on Kiermaier. He took it third with a single. Franklin second with a walk. Forsythe first with a walk. Three-one delivery by Bundy. Went up again. Couldn't get it. Backed it off a bit at 86. Yeah, the confidence in that pitch. 3-1 changeup with the bases loaded.
So we've extended it to the limit here. Bases loaded, 2 down, 3-2. Kiermaier waiting. Runners go down the line. That's fine.
Pretty impressive battle here. Kiermaier working the count full. Bundy not giving in at all. Another change up there. I've seen about 5 of them in this at bat.
Second time on the 3-2 count. Bundy's delivery. Kiermaier to left field. That's going to be a base hit. MAHTOOK will score. Franklin will score. And he comes through. Kiermaier, 3 RBI ball game. As Bundy could not find that pitch, and it's tied at 5. So that'll be it for Dylan Bundy. He will come out of the ball game as both starters exit early, and both threw a lot of pitches to get there. So the Rays have come back and tied it up. Kiermaier, 2 RBIs.
Had troubles with. Well, lasting the 3 2/3 innings. The Rays offense coming alive. The 7 hits on the board and 5 earned runs. Oliver Drake getting the call out of the bullpen. Fastball 57% of the time. Low 90s with the heater. Of course, has that devastating split finger. 6.75 earned run average here this year in the big leagues in his 6 opportunities. He's hitting just 172 though, but put up good numbers again in AAA.
And here's Evan Longoria, 2 on 2 down. Longoria will take the pitch for a strike. Forsythe on at second base, a walk. Kiermaier at first. Kiermaier with 3 RBIs in the game, 5 against the Orioles this year. And Longoria, base hit his last time up, through the 5.5 hole, and goes away from him. 1 ball, 1 strike. Each team 5 runs on 7 hits. Both have had the lead, neither able to hang on. Drake with a 2.72 ERA at Norfolk. Picked up 10 saves. Had 1 start. And just touching the outside corner. Good location by Oliver Drake.
Yeah, it's really all about the fastball command for Drake. At times gets too split finger happy. Now he does have the ability to flip it in there for a strike and then bury the swing and miss splitty, but getting that fastball command and the ability to throw that heater for a strike anytime plays big for Drake.
Longoria will foul that one off. A couple of walks in the inning. 1 is scored. Picked up 2 singles, the Rays have. Trying to avoid being swept by the Orioles, and a long way to go in this game, as we're only in the 4th with both starters going 3 2/3. Game now turned over to the bullpens. One-two delivery on the way. Longoria went. He is punched out. Clint Fagan down at first base. Longoria didn't think so, but that'll end the inning. 2 runs on a couple of hits. 2 are left on base. 5-5. Down today. Hall of Fame's publishing on its website several Babe Ruth scrapbooks that were compiled by his agent, Christy Walsh. Content's going to follow every Wednesday. Jackie Robinson via subject matter, first class of inductees from 1936, the Negro Leagues, and oral histories, which have been taken by the Hall of Fame. That starts today. Just go on the Hall of Fame website and look up their new digital, which is what this is all about, digital presentations of materials that they've had in the archives for a long time.
Wow.
That would be really interesting.
That would be great.
Imagine the notebooks of his agent.
Right.
I didn't even know Babe had an agent. Strike on the outside corner. So good news for the Hall. That'll get a lot more information out.
Yeah.
Steve Pearce, 5-5 ball game. Fouled off. Steve has scored a run after walking, picked up a single, stranded. For Bundy ends up with a 5-run, 7 hits, 3 2/3. 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Both starters non-decision, Smiley and Bundy. Steve will take a high breaking ball away. Jonathan Scope and then J.J. Hardy due up for the Orioles here in the 5th inning. One-two. Got that one left field, and it'll come down too soon for him. Just right for Dickerson. And Pearce is retired. My One Automotive, offering you 20 convenient locations throughout the Baltimore area, brings us the upcoming schedule. Visit them in store or online at mile1.com.
The Orioles heading on up to Detroit, take on the Tigers Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A couple night games Friday, Saturday, then that afternoon special on Sunday. Of course, the Tigers right on the Orioles' heels for a wild card spot. Still in it in their own division as well, only 4.5 games behind Cleveland.
What a race. Jonathan Scope, RBI sac fly. Indy is struck out. And a hard swing at a pitch that he'll foul straight back. Ryan Garton on in relief. Up from AAA with the expanded rosters, 4th time with the ball club. Out of Port Richey, Florida. Another Florida native on this Tampa Bay team. 1 ball, 2 strikeout to Scope. Field shaded to left, big gap right center. And the 1-2 pitch is up high. Orioles not quite able to put Tampa Bay away yet in this game. 2-2 pitch and fouled off. Orioles have stranded 5, Tampa Bay 4. 4 of the 5 for the Orioles have been left in scoring position. That one drilled to right center field. That's where they weren't playing him. That's going to fall in. That was going away from Kiermaier. Schoop on his way to second base. Kiermaier will get it in, and Jonathan's got a 1-out double.
Nice swing right there from Jonathan Schoop. Very sound 2-strike approach. Take a look at the Mercedes-Benz pitch track. This fastball right down the middle. Not trying to do too much. Leads with the hands. Covers this baseball, driving it deep in the right center gap. Kiermaier's been running all over the place in that outfield. 34th double of the year for Jonathan Schoop.
Well, the Orioles get a chance to get that lead back. They're 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position today. J.J. Hardy picked up a base hit, a double in the second inning, brought in 2. And will take that pitch for a strike. Bourne has had a solo home run in the game. We've had a run score and a wild pitch. Sac fly, Schoop, 2 RBIs, Hardy. Long hold and the 0-1 delivery. And that'll be a strike on the inside corner.
It's a pretty good fastball. It's not lighting up the radar gun. 92 miles an hour with the quick arm. See the runners in scoring position. Orioles, good day, 3 for 9. Rays finally making a mark, 1 for 4.
Outside blocked, runner stays. Neely will get a special medal today.
Boy,
how many has he had to block?
Yeah, he's going to need some new shin guards. These are going to be worn out. Just always dropping down to the knees. Nice block there. Much better. Getting squared up on the baseball. Killing it out in front.
1 ball, 2 strike count. And that one to center. Kiermaier, runner halfway. Hardy retired for the second out, and Schoop remains at second base. On Friday, September 23, the Orioles kick off Fan Appreciation Weekend, fireworks night. Johns Hopkins Advantage MD brings it to you. Celebrate the game against the Diamondbacks and the fireworks night, and then the kids will have a final say coming up later on the weekend. You can get your tickets at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. One more Sunday for the kids to be able to run the bases as they've done at all home games this season. She's definitely ready to go, particularly like the armbands. Stick on tattoos or band-aids. And the pitch taken for a strike. So after a 2-out RBI, Stubbs a base hit. He is 1 for 2. Big secondary lead for Schoop. That one's going to miss inside.
Yeah, 2 outs. This is a situation that the Orioles continue to work on. They haven't perfected it yet. 2-out secondary lead, the ability to go on the contact and get the timing right, so their momentum is heading in the right direction.
Garton's delivery is going to come inside. 2 ball, 1 strike count on Drew Stubbs. Starting right field today for the Orioles. Two 2-1 delivery to him, and that will be on the inside corner. Garton continues to work in.
Tough pitch there. Hard slider, inside corner. Pretty tough to react to that pitch. Thrown hard. Garton did. 87.
Stubbs after his first RBI as an Oriole. Garten with a 2-2 delivery down to left field. That's going to be out. Dickerson will have to chase it, and he's going to get that RBI. Thrown in to hold him to a single, but he comes through. So Drew Stubbs with a couple of hits in the ball game, and he brings in a go-ahead, and the Orioles are back on top 6-5.
Nice piece of hitting right there from Drew Stubbs. A little two-strike lightning. Two-strike, two-out lightning from the Orioles here. Dropping the head on the inside fastball, 92. Elevated a little bit, hammering it through the 5-6 hole. Take a look at Jonathan Schoop. Great momentum heading towards third base. Eventually to home plate. Robbie Dickerson getting him going.
So Stubbs gives the Orioles the lead back right after the Rays in their half inning had tied it up at 5. Scoring Schoop, who picked up the double. Caleb Joseph flied out, popped out, drilled one to deep center field his first time up. The Kiermaier ran down and goes after one up and in. Stubbs also with some good speed over there. He is 4 for 4 in stolen bases this year. Has not tried one for the Orioles yet.
Did get picked off the other day, though.
Yes, he did. There's a throw over. And as is true a lot with Buck Showalter, you have to listen to what's not said while he's talking. And he was talking about Stubbs and his contribution in the outfield and how it makes him so strong. And also got picked off by somebody who we knew picked people off. And then he went on to something else. Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way, and that's a strike on the inside corner. Joseph not so sure.
Nice couple borderline pitches, of course, chasing that first fastball, rode up and out of the zone. Borderline cutter, just catching the edge.
0-2 count, 2 down. Stubbs at first, not running. That will be inside, under the arms, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Tampa Bay team will continue to try and play the spoiler role. They've got 4 games against the Yankees coming up starting tomorrow night. Alex Cobb, Sabathia, Blake Snell, Pineda, Chris Archer, Masahiro Tanaka, Matt Andriese, Luis Cessa. 4 big games in New York. 1-ball, 2-strike count. Another one. He's trying desperately to stay inside here, and all of them have been there. 2-2.
Amazing, these breaking balls. They hold their head right on that inner edge. Not breaking back over the plate. They're not going in towards the hitter. They're just staying on the inside corner. Backup cutter, backup curveball there.
Garten with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Stubbs has made no move to go over there. Joseph will foul it away. Ryan Garten, selected in the 34th round of the 2012 draft. Jepson up in the bullpen. Is his 5th pro season for Garten out of Clearwater. 26-year-old trying to get out of the inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Joseph a grounder, a hard hopper. Franklin gets it over there in time. So that will do it here in the inning. The Orioles get a run on a couple of hits. Drew Stubbs, the RBI, coming with 2 down. Brought home Schoop, who had doubled, and the Orioles again are on top by 1. Orioles baseball on MASN is brought to you by PNC Bank for the achiever in you, and by visitannapolis.org. Create your moment at visitannapolis.org. It is just that pretty a day outside in Tampa Bay. Chance to do a little bit of sailing here.
Who's sailing your boat?
I don't know. I told them today they could rent it since they had a day game today. They could take it out, but I wanted a lot of money for it. So apparently somebody paid pretty good dough.
Just better be back in the dock at 5. That's all I got to say.
When I'm ready to go and we're ready to take off tonight, it better be back. I don't want any fooling around out there late. They're all ready to go. He's going with us. Take a little sail.
Better bring the popcorn.
Pitch taken inside for a ball. Brad Miller 0 for 2. He has popped out, struck out. Miller, Morrison. MAHTOOK will be due up. Drake stays on. Came on and got LONGORIA in a strikeout. Over the top with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Tigers lead the White Sox 3-1. They're in the second inning of that ball game. Orioles taking them on next. They, of course, the Tigers in a battle for the wild card spot. Fouled away. Detroit's 4.5 games behind Cleveland. Not undoable, but tough. Tigers are just a game behind the Orioles for that second wild card spot. Big chase is on. Houston, of course, hanging in. 1-2 pitch. Good one. Gets the strikeout. That's 2 Ks for Drake.
It's pretty good split fingers, but this one doesn't really get the bite. Maybe Drake or Caleb Joseph expecting, kind of floating up through the zone, but stays up above the bat head. Big strikeout there for Drake.
Call those Drake cakes. One down here in the 5th inning. Morrison has struck out and flied out. Pitch taken for a ball. That was for Joe Madden. 1-0, 1 down. And the pitch will be taken away. Joe's Ball Club doing fairly well this year, wouldn't you say?
Okay, they got a chance.
Yeah.
Still fighting down to the end.
15.5 up.
They're going to win like 130 games this year.
They're up to 89.
Man.
Pitch is taken down low. I do want to be the writer for Joe's book, though, because there's going to be a book. Secret of the Magic. About winning, because wherever he goes, wins follow.
Absolutely.
And that's not coincidental. I mean, there's a reason for that. There's things going on Joe does that keeps players involved. I asked somebody the other day about that, and they said because he makes it fun. And I thought that was probably the simplest, best answer you could give. The pitch is there for a strike, and the count goes to 3-1.
Well, seems like he has the right approach for the modern day player. Really gets the most out of him. I know a lot of managers have a hard time walking that fine line. I mean, having a good relationship with your team, your players, and being the manager with the iron fist. You know, it's such a long season. You better have a good relationship with your coaches, your players, or it can be miserable.
Look at Morrison, not sure about that one. He was headed. The count goes 3-2. I'm convinced it's the plaid suits. During the season, they have a travel, one of the trips. Joe picks out the cloth. They make suits, and they're the worst looking things you ever saw. And I think that's what makes his teams winners. 3-2, pitch on the way, and he will get the walk on that one. First walk by Drake, the 4th that's been picked up in the game by Tampa Bay. So 1 away and 1 on. On Saturday, September 24, Fan Appreciation Weekend, the Orioles take on the Diamondbacks 7:05. First 25,000 fans 15 and over get the Orioles hooded sweatshirt. You can prepare for the chill of fall while you're celebrating the heat of the race. Final Saturday of the regular season. Get your tickets at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Orioles, of course, finish up on the road. It'll be interesting when the Orioles get there. Go on the road trip to Toronto and New York. 3 games in each city. MIKIE MAHTOOK up. A couple of base hits and 2 runs scored. Franklin brought him in on a home run in the 2nd inning. Came in on a 2 RBI base hit by Kiermaier in the 4th. Kiermaier's had the 3 RBI day with a home run in addition to that 2 RBI base hit. Oliver Drake, an 0-2 count. Only 1 out here. Orioles up by 1. Out hitting the Rays at the moment, 9-7.
After that tough 3-2 walk. Nice job to see Drake getting right back in there, attacking the hitter.
Pierce keeping the tag on. A new term in baseball, the sustained tag.
Yeah.
At all times on bases, hold that tag.
Gotta do it.
Video replay. Somebody steps off, trips off, doesn't quite get the foot on. Umpires wait. And a good pitch to get him. So Drake gets his 3rd strikeout and gets MAHTOOK looking back on him with a what was that?
Yeah, one of those split fingers acting like the change. Floats instead of dive bombs and stays above the bat head. MAHTOOK in attack mode, but this one floating up there more like the knuckleball. Drake a couple strikeouts in this inning.
So 2 down with Morrison on at first base. That'll bring Franklin up. Nick Franklin delivering the home run, his 6th in the 2nd inning, walked and scored in the 4th. Morrison off first, but not by much. And Drake will get the pitch in for a strike.
Let them know you're thinking about them. It's time of the ball game. They're really quiet out here. Get lost in just throwing pitches. You fall into these tendencies. Buck Showalter will steal a base if your head's down and not thinking about him. I know the Rays will too. Tight ball game right now.
Morrison's 4 out of 6 in that department. Franklin taking the pitch and a 1-ball 1-strike count. Orioles are after their 12th win of the year against Tampa Bay. They're 11-3. Orioles have won 9 of the last 10 against the Rays. 1-1 delivery. It's going to miss a little bit outside. 2-ball 1-strike count.
Mistake there by Franklin. Good split finger. Getting itself down and away. That's where you want to put it. Yeah. Righties have good success against the lefties if they have that split finger in their back pocket.
Drake came right at him that time in a 2-ball 2-strike count. We've seen a lot of location pitching with a lot of pitchers. Inside, outside, up, down. Less challenging hitters than trying to get hitters to chase, trying to hit corners. Of all things, Ubaldo Jimenez probably challenged as much as any pitcher in this 3-game set.
Right. And you prove you can throw strikes. You're going to be aggressive. You're going to get a lot more early swings. And if you're able to locate really well with some movement, you get some of that early soft contact like Ubaldo did.
So the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Franklin. Morrison will be off at first. 1-run game. Pierce is going to stay a couple of steps off the bag rather than go behind him. Don't want Morrison with the big jettison takeoff, and fouled off his leg. Count stays 3-2. Morrison back. 3-2, second time runner goes. That's a base hit into right field. Morrison will make the turn, head over to third. So he comes through with 2 down on a 3-2 count. Franklin 3 up, 3 on, a homer, a single, and a walk.
Himself a pretty good offensive day. After a steady diet of pitches away, he starts the target out there, hooks this one through the hole. A 3-2 count. Good base running by Morrison, hustling on into third base. Some pressure back on the O's.
Tommy Hunter in the Orioles bullpen. Boy, this one's rolling. Offensive ball game. So far 11 runs, 17 hits combined. Dickerson 0 for 2, not anymore. Base hit into right field. Morrison will score. Runner stops at second, and we're tied again. Leads were not meant to be kept in this game. It is 6-6.
Boy, just keep fighting back. Take a look at this. Dickerson going down to get the split finger. Not a bad pitch at all. It's dive bombing down and away. But he gets to it, stays through it, hooking it up to right field, picking up an RBI on the end to tie this one up.
That was 6-6 ball game. Real good hitting in this inning by Franklin and by Dickerson. Get what they wanted. Now Luke Maile up. He's had a base hit and he is struck out. First and second with 2 down. Dickerson picking up his 55th RBI on that single. Now the Rays got a chance to go back on top with a 2-out base hit. Drake with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Rays 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position today. Pitch to him, he leaned in, takes it, and it's up and in, and a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Maile.
Got to get back into this count. Do it in a hurry here.
Maile's had a hot bat. He's 341 over the last 15 games. Half dozen extra base hits. Started, stop, check, no. And Fagan down at first.
Boy, it happened so fast. But the splitty down. A little bit of a whip there. It doesn't look like a bat head gets out in front.
3-1, 2 away. Franklin off second, Dickerson off first. Maile swings through a heater. So another full count, 3-2. Bottom part of this honors for Tampa Bay has really helped today. MAHTOOK's a couple of runs scored, couple of hits. Franklin home run, a couple of runs scored, 2 hits. Dickerson RBI. Maile's had a base hit. Bottom 4 in the order. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners go, and he gets him. So Drake will get his 4th strikeout, but not before a run scores on a couple of hits, no errors, 2 left. Tied up.
right, so game in the Trop, the final game. And how about the new birds coming through? Michael Bourne in the 3rd inning to take the lead, 3-2 solo shot. And then Drew Stubbs in the 5th. Game tying hit right here. Jonathan Scope scoring after his double. The birds contributing this ball game. Tie game here in the top of the 6th. 6-6. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. Kevin Jepson coming out of the Rays bullpen. Look at his pitch arsenal. The fastball 65% of the time. He's got a breaking ball, slider, curve, and the change as well. 5.59 earned run average. Does have 7 saves this year. Has 11 opportunities. Jepson up and down year, to say the least. A .317 overall batting average. He's given up 11 long balls.
Boy, hit hard by both sides of the plate. So Jepson on to face Adam Jones. Adam is 0 for 3 in the ball game, 2 for 13 in this 3-game set. Shift on in the infield against the Oriole leadoff batter, and Adam will take one for a strike. For Jepson against the Orioles this year, game 5, he has given up 3 runs, 5 hits, in 3 innings pitched previously against the Orioles. Orioles have hit 333 off him. 0-1 pitch. In at the knees and kept it down. 0-2.
Breaking balls right there. It's that fastball in the low 90s with a pretty hard short curve. Get ahead of Adam Jones.
0-2 delivery on the way, and Adam will get down swinging. Orioles have only struck out 3 times in the ball game.
3 breaking balls in a row. Jepson, this one staying up in the middle of the plate, but just enough late movement. Get Adam Jones. Take a look at the location. Don't throw too many of those.
Jepson with a strikeout. Here's Michael Bourne. His home run, 4th of the year, first as an Oriole, came in the 3rd. He has walked and he has flied out. 6th inning, 6-6. Each team with 9 hits. 2 starters out very early. Smiley and Bundy both lasted only 3 2/3 innings, and both non-decision. Jepson with the 0-1 delivery. Gets a heater by him. 0-2.
Boy, he's in attack mode right now. Letting it go.
To delivery to Bourne. Jepson last worked against Toronto on the 4th. Gave up a couple of runs on 2 hits in no part of an inning pitched. And took the loss in that ball game. Russell Martin. And a 2-run homer against him that decided the game. And allowed Toronto to avoid a sweep. Jepson's 1-2 delivery to Bourne. That's up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Oriole left fielder.
See the deception that he can kind of create with that cross-body delivery, but that aggressive arm stab in the back.
And that one's going to miss. So he started out getting ahead of him, and a 3-ball 2-strike count as Bourne has refused to go after the pitches that have been away. Drawing the line up and away on that chart. Full count. Dickerson. First 2 outs here in the 6th inning. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 supporting Be More for Healthy Babies. 399 walks, $19,950. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Manny Machado, and he's had a couple of singles, 2 for 3 in the ball game, a run scored. Now has an 8-game hit streak. and Manny will take the strike. Manny's been among the leader in multi-hit games all year. This is number 49 for Manny. Jepson with the 0-1. And he will let that one go by. Mookie Betts of the Red Sox, 58 multi-hit games, is the leader in the American League. Machado now 6th in the AL. Shattered bat, played at third by Longoria. He'll make the running throw and record the out. So Jepson comes on and retires the Orioles 1-2-3. Tight one, 6-6. In 1896, the first place Orioles, playing in the National League then, swept a triple header from the Louisville Colonels. Not only that, the next day they played a doubleheader and they won both of those. A record 5 games won in 2 days. 2010, the Cubs dedicated a statue, the sweet swinging Billy Williams, one of the great gentlemen of the game. 18-year career, .290 career batting average for him. Just an outstanding performer and a beloved Cubs player. That's at Sheffield and Addison Street, recognizing Billy Williams. Orioles go to the bullpen. Here's Tommy Hunter.
Tommy Hunter, clean inning in yesterday's ball game. We'll do the same here. Power, fastball, slider combination.
Logan Forsythe up against him.
His numbers on the year: a couple wins, 386 earned run average, 21 punch outs, and 25 2/3 innings work. Good command, only 6 walks for Hunter. Sitting 258 overall.
Leadoff batters, drawn a walk, struck out and grounded out. Oliver Drake worked an inning and a third, a run on 2 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Forsythe, Kiermaier, Longoria will be up against the foe of long term here in the East for all of these teams. Tommy Hunter. 0-2 pitch on the way, and that's going to be outside. 6-6, 6-9-0 for the Orioles, 6-9-1 for the Rays. Each team's left 6 on base. Can't get much closer than that.
No, it can't. The pitcher's got to step up, put some zeros up here. Back and forth ball game.
Forsythe, a 1 for 6 off Tommy in his career. The Rays led 1-0. Orioles led 2-1. Rays led 3-2. The Orioles led 5-3. Tied up 5-5. Orioles led 6-5. Rays tie 6-6. Ground ball to Jonathan Schoop. Makes the play over to Pierce, and the leadoff batter is retired. Well, the most popular way to follow Orioles and their postseason push with MLB.com at bat, #1 app for live baseball. You can get yours and enjoy live game video highlights, StatCast news, and more. Get MLB.com at bat at your favorite location and put it on your many devices. Here's Kevin Kiermaier. Kiermaier, 2 RBI base hit, a home run, 2 for 3, 3 RBI game for him. Manny Machado in at third base. Kiermaier with enough speed to lay one down, given a chance. Ooh, what was that?
Wow. Just blew out the back knee on that swing. Looked like the spike caught. Man. Nasty pitch from Tommy Hunter. A cutter just burying itself. And working down and in, and then that leg just sticks or the toe or something, and he can't get off the backside. It's the full rotation and he keeps going. Man, boy, that'd be a tough way to blow the knee out.
It's enough to make you cringe a little bit, the way that knee reacted. Here's the 0-1 delivery by Hunter. Inside to him, Kiermaier with one down and nobody on. And Machado still in at third base. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery to him. Hunter staying in. Misses. 2 ball, 1 strike count.
Good try in there. Trying to crisscross that inside corner with the power cutter and the fastball. Just missing a little in.
And another one. Kiermaier backed off the plate 3 times here in this at bat. 3 ball, 1 strike count on him. Boxberger in the bullpen. Tommy Hunter 3-1. Tried to get it out over the plate, but it was low. So Kiermaier draws the walk and the potential go-ahead run on with 1 away here in the 6th inning. 5th walk drawn by the Rays today. Evan Longoria base hit and 2 strikeouts.
Tough situation here for Tommy Hunter. Great speed on at first base. Best power hitter in this Rays lineup. Has been really quiet the whole series. Hunter got to concentrate on making the good pitches.
3 for 19 off Hunter for Evan Longoria. Outside corner for strike. Kiermaier edging off first, increasing his lead about a half a step, not going. That will be fouled away. So Hunter comes after Longoria and gets ahead 0-2.
That's good. Not really even concerned about Kiermaier. Quick hold and goes. Giving Kiermaier a look at the move.
Down to third, fair ball. Manny Machado. There's one. Scope to first, and not quite in time. But a big play by Machado and a long throw to second base to get the force out.
There just really isn't anybody that can make this play. Bang, bang, over at first base. But much like Derek Jeter kind of made that play famous, the jump in the hole, Manny Machado has turned this into his personal play. Going towards the line and cutting it back across the field and turning too. They've done it a couple times, just missing there. Jonathan Scope, of course, the pivot man with one of the strongest arms in the game.
So that will be it for Tommy Hunter, who comes on and gets a couple of outs here in the 6th inning. Left-hander Brad Miller is due up. Buck Showalter wants the lefty.
pitch arsenal. The fastball 46% of the time, delivering it from the side. That cross body with 95. Breaking ball, sweeping slider, real good change as well. Has yet to give up a run in his 13 appearances. 12 1/3 innings of work, 7 punch-outs for Donnie Hart, and trolling the lefties, just 192. Showalter looking for him to control one right here, come up with that third out.
And that is Brad Miller. Longoria's at first, 2 down, 6-6 ball game. Miller has struck out twice and popped out. Takes the pitch for a strike. For Miller this year against the lefties, 256, 1 point lower than against right-handers. Coming from that first base side of the rubber with that sweeping motion. Miller goes to short. Hardy is there, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base after 6. 6-6. St. Pete at the Trop, 6-9-0 is the name of the game for both the Orioles and the Rays going to the 7th inning.
And the Rays going back into the bullpen. Brad Boxberger now coming out of it. Take a look at his pitch arsenal. The fastball 68% of the time. Low 90s with the fastball, but a tremendous changeup. This year suffering through some injuries. Started the year on the DL, had oblique surgery, then strained an oblique. Pitching to a 3.21 earned run average this season. The walks are up big time, up over 5, up over 6, excuse me. Opponent sitting 264 overall off Boxberger. Finally starting to work himself into some higher leverage situations.
Both bullpens remaining active. Michael Givens up for the Orioles. Orioles bat with Mark Trumbo in the top of the 7th inning. Trumbo has crossed the plate twice. Base hit, scored on a wild pitch, drew a walk in the 3rd inning. Came home to score as the Orioles had a sac fly from Jonathan Scope. 0-1 count on Trumbo. Goes after that to right. He took, called off. Forsythe puts it away. So Boxberger gets the out. Steve Pearce coming up, base hit, a walk, has flied out. He has scored a run after he drew that walk in his first at bat. Pearce 2 for 6 off Boxberger, and both hits are home runs. 1 down. Outfield will shift. So will the infield all the way around on Steve, and the slider is going to miss away for a ball.
Boxberger starting to work in the slider a little bit more this year. Primarily has been fastball, changeup, and pretty dominant with just those 2 pitches. Starting to make some adjustments now that he's lost a little of his fastball command.
Boxberger had a blown save Sunday against Toronto in his last outing. Gave up a run on 2 hits and 2/3 of an inning worked in the ball game. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down to Steve. Pierce goes after it, a high fly ball. Dickerson back. And he's got it. And there are 2 down. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Gary Thorne and Mike Bordick with you. The Orioles in a day game, trying to put a sweep up against Tampa Bay. Right now, knotted at 6. Schoop a double and a run scored in the 5th inning. Down to 3rd. Longoria, it's underneath and a base hit. Dickerson will play it back in, and Schoop a double and a single in his last 2 times, up 2 for 3 in the game.
It's good to see for Jonathan Schoop. Good all-around day. Picked up that sac fly to go along with those 2 hits here. Just getting it past the diving effort of Evan Longoria. Longoria hugging that 3rd base line. Man, he's playing straight up. Better shot at that. A lot of shifts, though.
A lot of shifts. Yep, all the way around. Same here with Hardy. Not completely shifted, but nobody between 1st and 2nd. Pitch will be down low. Double, 2 RBIs for Hardy, 1 for 3.
Sometimes a little surprised that even with shifts that they put a 3rd baseman closer to that line. I mean, you're not really trying to protect from foul balls, right?
Yeah.
But when Longoria, real good range throughout his career.
Hardy goes the other way. MAHTOOK will meander over. And he's got it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. 7th inning stretch time here at the Trop. Orioles raise 6-6. Orioles get a day off tomorrow, then it's on to Hitsville. And in Detroit, a big 3-game set starting Friday. Kevin Gausman against Michael Fulmer. Our coverage on MASN 2, 6:30 O's Extra. Presented by Jeep, our game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN.
Now let's take a quick look ahead. Tigers 75-63 record. 2nd place in the American League Central. Only a game back at the O's for the 2nd wild card spot. 4.5 out of that Central Division lead. And this season versus the O's 1-3 record, 5.73 earned run average. The Orioles playing them very tough, but how about a look at these starters? Michael Fulmer having himself an outstanding season, earned run average of 2.77. Zimmerman fresh off the disabled list, 9 wins. And Justin Verlander, wow, what a bounce back year. 14 wins for him with 3.28. The challenge is coming. It does not get any easier for the O's from here on out. Bottom of the 7th. Tied up 6-6, and the Orioles pulling Michael Givens out of their bullpen. Take a look at his pitch arsenal. Power fastball from the side 62% of the time. That sweeping slider and the change he likes to use against the lefties now. His 56th appearance, picked up 8 wins for the Orioles. Search of his 9th right now. 3.52 earned run average, 80 punch outs. A fireball and right-hander, 230 overall average. Righties controlling down to just 156.
Buck Showalter had the left-hander Hart go back out to the mound. Then Kevin Cash announced Souza as the pinch hitter for Morrison, and then Buck went out and got Hart and brought Givens into the game to get a righty on righty. So Morrison out. He had a walk and a run scored, 0 for 2 officially. And Souza will be the pinch hitter. Souza starting it out, bottom half of the 7th inning. MAHTOOK and then Franklin are due up for Tampa Bay. Givens' delivery is swung on and missed. Souza, 234, 13 homers, 43 RBIs, 148 strikeouts, and 25 walks for Steven Souza Jr. That'll be outside for a ball. So Hunter worked 2/3 of an inning and gave up 1 walk. Hart worked 1/3 of an inning, 0s across. Farquhar appeared in the ball game last night, warming up again. Pitch by Givens is going to miss outside.
Man, just missing right there. It's a dart on the outside corner, 95 miles an hour. Go Givens' way.
Sousa's 0 for 2 against Michael Givens. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Heat right by him.
Yeah, hit it if you can. And you pick it up from the side. Coming from behind Souza. With some hair on it, 94. How about that location? Everything down and away.
2-2 delivery, and he'll get him. So Givens starts it out with a strikeout here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, back turn and cut it loose. 97 there. Everything down at the bottom of the zone. Souza swinging through every opportunity he had.
Givens has pitched in 4 games, 4 innings, no runs and 1 hit against Tampa Bay. MAHTOOK stands in, 2 singles, 2 runs scored, and he is struck out. 1 down, bottom of the 7th inning. And the pitch is outside for a ball. Orioles now 1 hit better than the Rays, 10-9, but equal on the run side of it. Smash between the hole, and it's going to be a base hit. Between short and third again, and that's a 3-hit ball game. Took on with a 1-out single.
He'll be getting some more playing time. Month of September for sure. Flipping out the 3 knocks in this ball game.
Here we go again with the bottom part of the order that, as we mentioned before, has been so productive in the ball game today. And no sooner said than done, they're equal in hits again. That's the way this game has gone. Franklin's had the homer, his 6th, good for 2 in the 2nd inning, walked and scored, and he is singled. He fouled that one back and out of playoff Givens. 2 starters, Bundy for the Orioles, 5 runs, 7 hits, 3 2/3. Smiley for Tampa Bay, 5 runs, 4 earned, 7 hits, 3 2/3. Not a day for starters, and it's been the bullpen since. Each team has picked up a run off the other's pen. 0-1. And Franklin can't find that one. 0-2 count.
Nice change right there for Michael Givens. He's been working on this pitch and developing it throughout the course of the season. location there, down in the zone. Franklin swinging over the top.
White Sox have come back to tie the Tigers 3-3 in the fourth. They're playing in Chicago. 0-2 pitch on the way, and that's going to go the other way. And it will be a foul ball. So the count stays on Nick Franklin at 2 strikes.
Miguel Gonzalez had a real good start against the Tigers yesterday.
Real good. Came off the DL to do it. And the former Oriole did an outstanding job. One of his best outings of the year. 0-2 pitch on the way to him and kept it down and in, got him. So Givens picks up his second strikeout, 2 down, 1 on.
Another good change. If he can keep that arm speed up, this could be a devastating pitch for him. A swing and misses on it by Franklin. That'll help his confidence with that pitch.
Corey Dickerson up an RBI base hit in the 5th inning. He is also grounded out and struck out. Dickerson has faced Givens only once, so 0 for 1. And that'll be outside for a ball. .24 games left, including this one. Gaggle of teams battling for postseason berth.
Gaggle?
Gaggle. 1-0 pitch, timeout asked for, granted. Which was going to be down low anyway, so he'll take it. It's a couple that have been called with the Oriole pitchers in the windup.
Man, you mentioned good to see him just completing the delivery. Why not take any chances trying to stop on the mound?
He's just getting that heater offset with an 86-mile-an-hour pitch out in front of it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, definitely have to gear up to hit the Michael Givens fastball, ranging from 95 to 98. Turn it up a notch, dropping the changeup on the lefties today, and 3 for 3 with the swing throughs.
One ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, and that's right there. Come right back with the heat. Actually tie the hitter up again, and the count goes to 1-2. Dickerson knew it was a strike, but he just couldn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, it's just so hard. There isn't much of a window there to pick the ball up for Michael Givens. Turns the back to the hitter and just unleashes that sidearm fastball, and it comes out hot. 96, 97.
Runner off first, throw over. MAHTOOK back to the bag. 1-2 on Dickerson. Bottom half of the 7th inning, final game of this set. And the teams have exchanged leads right from the get-go. 1-2, runner not going. And that'll be fouled off. Just got a piece and got a piece of Caleb.
That pitch right there from Michael Givens, a little quick pitch. Didn't turn the back here. It's kind of a slide step delivery. Changeup. Up and getting a piece of Caleb Joseph on the mask.
Is there any other way a catcher can get hit?
Well,
that was hard. Right up and caught him flush on the mask. Good battle here. Corey Dickerson waiting on it. MAHTOOK getting the lead. There are 2 down here. Dickerson standing deep in that batter's box. 1-2 delivery on the way, and reaches and fouls it off. The skimmer into the seats.
protect that outside edge, and that fastball did 3-4 inches off the outside corner. Tell he's in the protect mode. Really expand here.
Corey Dickerson 1-2 again, inside out, left center field, going back at the wall. Jones reaching. Here's the throw, runner coming. No play at the plate. Hang time of forever, and bounce right at the 370 mark. It'll be a double and an RBI. Tampa Bay's up by 1.
Yeah, I don't know if you could have placed this ball any better. Out in the left center field gap, almost cutting Jones and Bourne perfectly into. Adam Jones gets to the spot, turns the glove over. Been better with the backhand attempt. Tries to basket catch it on the run. Doesn't stick in the glove until he finally gets to the wall. By then, too late. Comes all the way around from first. MAHTOOK to score the go-ahead run. Adam Jones with a little limp after he runs into the wall.
I don't know what that was, but Adam, it looked like he slowed down like a couple of steps before he got to the ball. I don't know if anything's wrong or not. Pitch taken outside, so a 7-6 lead as the Rays are up on their 11th hit. A big 2-out double by Dickerson, his second RBI of the ball game. Now Luke Maile with a runner at second base, and Maile will take it outside off Givens.
So a couple weeks ago, Adam Jones strained the hamstring a little bit, so missed 6 games for the Orioles. Orioles had a hard time without him. Came back in the lineup. They took off again. So hopefully, for the Orioles' sake, Adam Jones okay out there in center field.
Givens falls behind 3-0. Base hit, 2 strikeouts for Luke Maile in the game, and that will be in there for a strike. And Corey Dickerson, big hit with 2 down. And a 1-0 lead in that first inning. 1-run lead again here in the 7th. 3-1 delivery on the way. 95 up. 3-ball, 2-strike count. Oriole bullpen surrendering a couple of runs in this ball game. 3-2 delivery, and that's heat up, and he got him. So Givens ends up striking out the side, but MAHTOOK single and a double by Dickerson have given him the lead back 7-6. Decisions made. The Jays have altered their rotation. It's going to be Estrada, Happ, and Sanchez to go against Boston. They pulled Dickey out, set him back. He would have been scheduled to go. Jordan Zimmermann, Detroit, activated 15-day DL. He's going to start Saturday against the Orioles. And Brian Mitchell will start tonight versus Toronto. He was called up from AAA by the Yankees. Chad Green has gone on the DL now with that injury. He came out early against the Orioles in that start. So some decisions to affect the races. 7-6 Rays.
And Danny Farquhar coming out of the Rays bullpen. Take a look at his pitch arsenal. The fastball 57% of the time. Low to mid 90s with that heater. Coming from the side, little 3/4 cross-body delivery from Farquhar. There's a change and cut his fastball a little bit. Curveball as well. Opponent's hitting 262 overall.
So again, the Orioles will have to battle back late in the ball game. 8th inning. Showing bunt, strike taken. Stubbs 2 singles, an RBI, 2 for 3 in the game. Caleb Joseph, then the top of the order, Adam Jones due up. Adam went back into the dugout after that last half inning with apparently nothing wrong. Nobody took a look, nobody asked except Chris Davis. On the way in, Chris kind of went over to him and said, "You okay?" And Adam said, "Yep." 1-1 pitch on the way, inside out foul.
Yeah, sometimes more just frustration coming down with the play. Gold Glover expects to make every play out there in center field for the Orioles. Showed that graph leading all center fielders in fielding percentage. Best in the business.
Drew Stubbs. Farquhar sending that one to the backstop. So deep into the pen for both teams. 4th reliever used, and that's how many the Orioles have had on the mound in this game. 2-2 delivery in the dirt inside, and the count goes 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Take a look at Danny Farquhar's delivery. Unique. That high leg kick, an extra little kick on the front side. Just slinging it inside.
He worked the 5th inning last night. Strikeout and a walk, didn't give anything up, and here the Orioles get what they needed. Lead-off walk and a speedster at that. So Stubbs gets on to lead off the 8th. Brock in the bullpen for the Orioles. And Caleb Joseph coming up, checking down at 3rd with Bobby Dickerson. Holloway in the bullpen for the Rays. Joseph 0 for 3, almost thrown away. Miller off the bag to get it. Stubbs 4 for 4 in the year, stealing. Bunted. Farquhar over. Good sacrifice by Caleb.
Perfect sacrifice. Caleb Joseph. Some trouble offensively this year. Do what you can to help your team. Good bunt right there. Get Stubbs out of scoring position.
So the Orioles with a chance. Get this thing at least tied up. They can get Stubbs in from second base. Orioles down a run here in the top of the 8th inning. 4 for 11 with runners in scoring position. And Adam Jones gets the chance. Adams had an 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts today. 2 for 14 in the series. Farquhar's pitch to him is in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. Don't forget, it is Roberto Clemente Day around Major League Baseball. Adam Jones is the Orioles Roberto Clemente nominee. Each team has one. Fans can vote at #VoteAdam. That's #VoteAdam on this Roberto Clemente Day. Here's the magic number. 0-2 delivery on the way, and Farquhar gets him.
Man, he reaches back. 95 out after back-to-back changeups. This one looking like 105 by Adam Jones. Boy, big out there for Farquhar.
Now Michael Bourne. Bourne had a home run, third inning, his fourth. He has walked and flied to left twice. Runner on at second base. Speed at the plate, speed at second. 2 down. Farquhar's pitch over the top on that one.
It's a hard changeup, like the Brad Brock changeup. It's got some pretty good sharp dive at the end if he keeps it down in the zone.
Foul tipped. Bourne is 0 for 2 off Farquhar. Outfield moves in, quickly in left and center. Even though Bourne's had a home run, they don't play him to hit the ball out opposite way. Boy, that was quick. Farquhar jumps up, excited about getting the K. Got 2 of them. Orioles leave a base runner on. Bottom of the 8th coming. Lead, and hopeful Oriole fans hope Brock can keep it at just 1 to take it to the 9th.
Yeah, looking to stick some zeros on the board. Brad Brock, take a look at his pitch arsenal. Power fastball from the side 60% of the time. Good slider, turbo change 22% of the time for Brad Brock. A very strong year. All-star this season, 8 wins out of the O's bullpen, 173 earned run average, 78 punch-outs. 67 2/3 innings of work. Pulling opponents down that just 188 overall batting average. Righties, no chance, just 100. Brad Brock, so tough.
Bottom half of the 8th inning, 7-11-1. The Rays 6-10-0. Each team has left 8 on base. And here's Logan Forsythe. Leadoff batter, a walk, a couple of ground ball outs, and he is struck out. Kiermaier and Longoria due up here in the 8th inning. Brock's pitch to him will be outside for a ball. For Brad against Tampa Bay, a lot of appearances. This is his 9th. 8 1/3 innings, no runs, no hits. Walked 4 and struck out 9 against the Rays. That'll be up 2-0 on Forsythe. Forsythe's 0 for 4 off the Oriole reliever. Pitch. Striking the inside corner. 10,537 the announced attendance. 10,537. That's total sold tickets. There weren't that many in the ballpark. Probably about half that. The 2-1 delivery, and Pretty good heat at 94.
Yeah, real good heat. So tough to pick him up as well. Column A getting loose. The Rays bullpen, their closer. Brock's tough because that delivery is just, it's aggressive, it's violent. Hitters get a little uneasy. See Brock coming at you.
Takes it full with the pitch outside. Logan Forsythe, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Oriole pitchers today have walked 5. Orioles have picked up 4 walks themselves. 3-2. In the air, center, Jones. And Adams got it. Forsythe on the long fly ball out. Kevin Kiermaier, a big day. 3 RBIs, 1 on a home run, his 9th in the first inning, and then a couple on a single in the 4th. In the bottom part of the order, which has contributed, Franklin a 2-run homer. Corey Dickerson's had 2 RBIs, 1 on a double and 1 on a single. Kiermaier with 1 away, nobody on. Bunting for a base hit, tried to drag it. Fouls it back for a strike.
I expect a few more bunts from Kiermaier, or at least bunt attempts, just to kind of get the defense moving a little bit, get them to respect his speed. Pull Manny in, become just a contact hitter, put it in play with the shortened up infield. Better chance to get on base.
And came upstairs with 1. Kiermaier probably out of the strike zone after it, and behind on the count 0-2. And that one fouled off. Kiermaier had one of those days this year on Saturday against Toronto. He had both a bunt single and a home run. And nobody for Tampa Bay had one of those since Souza did it last year against the Nationals. A little bit about Kiermaier's game, pretty well rounded. 0-2 count with 1 away, and he'll take up high. One ball, 2 strike delivery by Brad Brock will move him away.
Trying to get him to bite again on the high fastball. Got to get it up and over the plate so he sees it really well. He offered at the second high fastball. Over the plate.
Nope. Jim Reynolds says no. Full count.
Hard slider here, working down and in. Yeah, held it up for sure.
So another 3 ball, 2 strike count. Longoria's on deck. Red Brock's delivery to him, got it in. Base hit. So Kiermaier, 3-hit ball game and on 4 times as he had a walk. And here in the 8th inning, a runner on with 1 down.
Well, the Rays had their problems scoring runs offensively. Get it going. They can put some hits on the board. They have hit some pretty good pitches here this afternoon. My goodness, that was a nasty changeup. Took it right off the top of the plate.
12 hits. Out hitting the Orioles 12-10. Evan Longoria base hit, 1 for 4. Couple of strikeouts and a fielder's choice. Longoria's going to get a base hit into center field, not hit that hard. So Kiermaier makes the turn but stops. Adam charging in to hold him. Back-to-back singles on back-to-back pitches off Brad Brock. 2 on and 1 down.
Kiermaier seeing how softly the ball was hit. And he knows as a center fielder, put some pressure on him. Hustle around the bases. Kiermaier had third base in his mind. Adam Jones quickly closing in on that baseball, shut him down.
Big potential runs out there. in a one-run game in the 8th inning. Rays have gone 2 for 7 today with runners in scoring position. Brad Miller, their cleanup batter. A couple of strikeouts. He's lined out and popped out. Miller 0 for 4 off Brad Brock. 1 down, 2 on, infield double play depth. Miller will take it up high. One 0 count with 1 down. And needless to say, a very important at bat. Foul tips it. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Miller.
Good pitch to get ahead right there. Fastball 95. Located well on the outside corner. Miller has expanded off the outer edge.
Coming in, Miller 294 against the Orioles this year. 1-1's in the dirt. Good stop by Caleb Joseph. Holds the runners 2-1. A real grinded out game to conclude this 3-game set. The Orioles after a sweep. 1 game behind the division leaders. Toronto and Boston tied. Rock a look back. And the 2-1. In the air to right field. Off the end of the bat. Stubbs is there. Runners stay. 2 down.
It's pitched by Brad Brock. Good call. Well executed with the changeup. Off the plate away. Oh, reaching out softly. Put to right field for the 2nd out.
Steven Souza Jr. will get his 2nd at bat. Strikeout victim in the 7th inning when he came on for Morrison. Took over the DH role in doing so. Souza's 0 for 3 off Brad Brock. 2 on, now 2 down in the 8th inning. Souza will foul it back. Souza's hit .229 against the Orioles this year. No home runs, a couple of RBIs. The Orioles have the middle coming up in the 9th. Machado, Trumbo, Pierce will be due up. Colomé will be coming out of the bullpen for Tampa Bay. Question is, will it still be a 1-run ball game? Here's the 0-1 delivery by Brock. 0-2.
Fastball there. Souza Jr. is turning around at the umpire. He just didn't see it at all. Nasty fastball cutting across the plate. Sometimes it's tough to pick it up with the delivery that Brock possesses.
0-2. And Brad Brock gets him. So Brock comes on, gives up a couple of hits, but no runs. We go to the 9th inning. The Orioles down by 1. Orioles baseball on Mass and brought to you by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by M&T Bank, understanding what's important. So let's see which way the ship is going with the Rays on top 7-6.
And going to the bullpen, pull out their closer, of course, with the 1-run lead. And take a look at his pitch arsenal. Fastball 99% of the time. Well, he's got a power arm, mid to high 90s with the heater. He does have a slider and a changeup in his back pocket. You'll see the slider today for sure. 209 earned run average, 30 saves for column A. Holding opponents down to that 203 batting average. Of course, he's filled in for Boxberger. Boxberger, a lot of time on the disabled list, and he has stayed in the closer role even with Boxberger back.
Here's Manny Machado as we go to the ninth, and Manny on a foul tip strike. Column A's fourth game against the Orioles. He is 3 for 3 in saves. Has given up no runs, 1 hit, 2 innings worked in those 3 games. He's blown only 2 saves this year. Pitch on the way. Manny will lean back. Machado 2 singles. 2 for 4, 8-game hit streak for him. Orioles need to get 1 to keep this ball game going. 1 ball, 1 strikeout. And Manny on a check swing. Home plate umpire called strike.
That's a slider right there. It's a little cutterish. Throws it hard. 88, 89 miles an hour. One of these pitchers, you gear up for the firm fastball. Sometimes you over boogie on the slider. Start a little too soon.
Column A with a 1-2 count on Machado. And Manny will take it inside. Pitches of record right now on the winning side, Forqua, or Boxberger rather, and Michael Givens for the Orioles. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Manny on a check swing again. He's gone. Doesn't even look back. 1 down in the ninth. That's 3 Orioles in a row struck out.
Pretty good execution here. Went to the money spot 3 times with that slider. All 3 of them located very well, and all 3 Manny Machado the check swing.
Here is Mark Trumbo. Base hit. First time up. He's 1 for 3. He's drawn a walk. He has scored 2 runs in the ball game. 0 for 5 off column A. Trumbo fouls that one straight down. And you can visit MASSonsports.com/CareFirst to vote for today's CareFirst Fearless Player of the Game. Live fearless with a name trusted for over 75 years. CareFirst, Blue Cross Blue Shield. 1 down in the ninth, 0-1 count on Trumbo. Colombia's delivery to him.
It's going to be tough if he doesn't make any mistakes with that pitch. Oh, good late movement on it firm. 9 miles an hour.
Oh, 2 count on Mark. With 1 down, column A's delivery is chopped to Franklin. 2 down.
Franklin making the plays today. Yesterday a little shaky at shortstop. Tester there on the slow roller.
Pedro Alvarez will come on as the pinch hitter for Steve Pearce. Get the lefty-righty matchup. Pedro not starting today with a left-hander. Smiley starting for Tampa Bay. So the Orioles down with an out to work with here in the top of the ninth inning. 2 away. Nobody on. 1-run ball games. Tampa Bay 11 and 20. The Orioles are 15 and 13. Colomé's delivery, and Pedro Alvarez will take it for a strike. Alvarez against Colomé, only one at bat, 0 for 1. Right-hander's 0-1 delivery. Tampa Bay 1 out away from avoiding the sweep. Colomé with the 0-2 delivery and a check swing, and did not go around.
Threw that one a little bit. Stayed within himself on every cutter prior. Has not made a mistake up until that one that got away from him, up and out of the zone.
1-2 delivery on the way, and that's away. So far, Tampa Bay bullpen in the 5 innings worked in this ball game have given up 1 run on 3 hits. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Pitch on the way, and that's the ball game. Colomé gets the strikeout, and Tampa Bay gets a 7-6 win. Boxberger 3-0, the winner. Michael Gibbons, the loser, 8-2. And Colomé picks up the save, his 31st.